بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما بك ومعرفة يا رب العالمين اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا 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 Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we are going to talk about economy, right? Now, economy, when we are talking about economy, it is not only related to money. Now, economy in Arabic, the word economy in Arabic is iqtisad. Now, iqtisad is coming from qasd. Now, qasd is coming from being moderate, not very extreme in any part. So again, iqtisad is coming from al-qasd. And al-qasd, it means, one of the meanings of al-qasd is to be in middle. So, this, as we said, this, when we are talking about economy, when we are talking about iqtisad in Arabic, then we are not only talking about money, we are talking about life in general for everything. So today, inshallah, we try to catch all of the points and talk about them one by one. Now, first, we start talking about what we know about iqtisad, which is money. Oh, let us say money and eating and so on. Now, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, كُلُوا مِن ثَمَرِهِ إِذَا أَثْمَرَ. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He is telling us about the things that we can see on earth. So one of the things Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is talking about is the plants, is the grass, is the vegetable, the fruit and so on. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is saying, كُلُوا مِن ثَمَرِهِ إِذَا أَثْمَرَ. When the fruit is ready, when the fruit is ready, when the vegetable is ready, when the food is ready, then you can eat from it. And here we have a few points. First, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is saying, Kulu min. What is the meaning of min? From. One of the meanings of min is from, means part of, means not all of it. So, we said before, when we are reading Quran, we need to understand Quran. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He didn't say Kulu thamarahu. He didn't say eat all of it. He said Kulu min thamarihi, means eat from it. So this is economy or not? This is economy. Now, when it comes to eating, it means something else. Like what? For example, I go to the market, to the vegetable market, and I want to buy something. So, for example, I see that they sell, for example, 2 tomatoes, they are $10. But one box of tomato, it has 20 tomatoes, it is $20. But what I need is 2 tomatoes. Now, if I only bought 2 tomatoes, it is $10. And if I bought 20 tomatoes, it is $20. So which one I buy? Because you are greedy.
那你要买20的话，是你比较贪心。
Now, this is the point. Because you are not economical, then you buy the 20. You use 2 and you throw away 18.
因为我们不够经济呢，所以我们就是买了20颗，然后我们只用了2颗，剩下18颗就把它丢掉。
And you waste $10.
然后呢，你浪费了10块钱。
But when you buy $10, when you only buy 2, $10, you make use of those 2. You didn't waste other 18 and you didn't spend extra $10 useless.
那你用10块钱去买2颗你只需要的番茄，那你就不用用20块钱去买20颗，然后呢丢掉18颗，然后还浪费了10块钱。
So this is the meaning of kulu min thamarihi. Don't take it all. Take what you need.
那就是这一节经文的意思呢，不是说把它全部的都把它搜刮过来，而是只要把我们各取所需。
Now, of course, if you pay 20 and you buy 20 tomatoes and you make use of 2 and then you give others to those who need, this is something else.
但是当然就是说你去买20颗，用20块钱买20颗，然后你用了2颗，剩下18颗你要捐给别人，那当然这就是另外一回事。
But am I doing this? This is the point.
但是重点是我们是不是真的有这么做？
So this is the first meaning of kulu min thamari.
这句阿拉伯语的意思，第一个意思。
Another meaning of kulu min thamarihi is no need to eat everything. No need whenever you like something to eat it.
那另外这一节经文的第二个意思呢，就是说不是说你很喜欢这个东西，你就只要一直吃一直吃。
You need to train yourself.
你要训练自己。
You know, once Omar ibn al-Khattab, he saw Abdul Rahman, I think Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, he saw him just buying some new food or whatever and eating it.
那有一次欧玛看到了那个阿卜拉这个人呢，他就是去买一个东西在吃。
So Omar ibn al-Khattab, he asked him, what is this?
那欧玛就问他说这是什么东西？
He said, a food. I found it in the market and I like to eat it, so I bought it.
我在市场看到的，然后我就很喜欢，我就要买来吃。
So Omar ibn al-Khattab, you know, he knocked him or he hit him a little. Then he said, so whenever you like anything you buy?
那欧玛呢就是推了一下他的肩膀，他说你喜欢什么东西就一定要买吗？
The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, اخشوشنوا فإن النعم لا تدوم. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, sometimes you have to be hard on yourself because the good things not always in your hand.
先知们或者告诉我们说，有时候我们要对自己严苛一点，因为不见得说你手上都能够掌握好的东西。
And this is something very important for us to learn and to teach.
这是我们很重要要去学习，而且要去教导别人的。
Give you an example. Someone, boy or girl, whatever, he or she, this one, is spoiled in the family.
比方说一个孩子呢，他被家人宠坏了，
Whenever asked for anything, the parents, they give.
他跟家长要什么就一定会得到。
No matter this thing is expensive or no matter it is valuable or not valuable, so they give him.
不管这个东西到底有没有那个价值，他们就一定会买给他。
So the parents think that they are doing well with the kid, but actually they are destroying the kid.
这个父母呢认为说这样子是宠爱孩子，事实上呢他们是在毁了这个孩子。
Why? Because this kid, if he doesn't learn the word cannot, if he doesn't learn the word no, if he doesn't learn the word you will not get it, then he will not accept it when he grow up.
如果这个孩子他从来就没有学习到说不能得到或者无法得到，那他长大的时候呢，他就没有办法去接受这个现实。
Now, I have kids, then I have to train them in this way, not always give them whatever they want.
如果我有孩子的话，我要去训练他们，不是他们要什么就给他们什么。
And me myself, I'm not a kid. I have to train myself. If I was spoiled in the family, today I'm learning Islam. So today I'm learning that I have to control myself.
那我本身我已经不是孩子了，我已经长大了。那因为我从小就被家人宠坏了，那我现在要有这样一个自觉，我要去训练我自己，要去改造我自己。
As long as the thing in front of me is halal, then I have to accept it and eat it. Now, when I find that I cannot eat it, this is what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to do. When I find that I cannot eat it, no need to jump to others and say, no, I want this, I want that. This is mine. I can eat it, eat it. Cannot eat it, just say Alhamdulillah and leave.
就是说，我们只要面前的食物呢，它是合教法的，那我们就要去吃。那如果说这个东西我真的不喜欢吃，那也不要说就要跨过别人那里，要去抢别人的，要把别人拿过来吃。那你如果面前的你真的没有办法吃下去的话，那你就Alhamdulillah，然后你就不要吃。
The Prophet Muhammad once, he was sitting, then Khalid ibn al-Walid, you know who is Khalid ibn al-Walid? The sword of Allah. He came and he is holding a barbecue lizard.
那就是有一次，就是这个先知的弟子呢，他有一个封号叫做阿拉的剑。那有一次呢，就是他先锋的就看到他的手上拿了一个烤的这个蜥蜴过来。
You know, Khalid ibn al-Walid, he used to eat those terrible things.
就是他的一个他常常会吃一些很奇怪的食物。
Actually, I say lizard, but it is the one in the desert, the big one, which is similar to lizard but big.
就是那种沙漠的大蜥蜴。
You know that one? I don't know what is the name of that one. Anyway, so he was, holding it and eating it.
他就手拿着这个串烧的这个蜥蜴，然后在那边咬来吃。
So then, he saw the Prophet Muhammad, so he offered it to the Prophet.
他看到先知王或者他就拿给先知王者吃。
So the Prophet Muhammad said, no.
那先知王者说不要。
So Khalid ibn al-Walid, right away he asked him, he said, is it haram to eat it?
那哈雷马上就问先知王者说，吃这个是不合教法的吗？
So the Prophet Muhammad said, it is not haram, but I don't feel like eating this animal.
先知王者说呢，这并没有违反教法的，只是说我不想吃这个动物。
He didn't say that, how come you eat this? What is this? What is your problem? He didn't say anything. He just said that I cannot eat it. I don't feel like eating it.
他并没有责备说，哎，你不要吃这种东西啊，还是说就是去嫌弃他，而是他自己就说是我不喜欢吃，所以我不想吃。
The Prophet Muhammad once he was sitting in front of his, companions. They were eating, and he was eating from, because they used to eat all the food is in one big plate, and they used to sit around and eat.
先知王者跟他的弟子们就是围在桌子上这边吃东西。那我们当时呢，就是会有一大锅的这个食物就放在那个大锅里面，然后大家就从大锅这边里面拿出来吃，这样分享。
This is who? This is the prophet. So he is the prophet, he is the king, he is the leader, he is the teacher, he is the one who deserves all the respect from his companions.
就是他是先知，他是使者，他是领导人，他是一个君王，他是值得他所有的弟子来去尊敬他。
But he was eating from his side. And he finished, because on the plate there was pumpkin, and he liked the pumpkin.
就是说它是一大盘，然后呢，先知王者他只有就是靠近他这边的这个盘子的这个部分。那事实上，他锅子里面，他这个盘子里面呢，有他最爱吃的南瓜。
So when he started eating, he finished the pumpkin because he liked it.
那因为他开始吃的时候，他就把他喜欢吃的南瓜先吃掉。
But of course, in other sides of the plate, there were a lot of pumpkins also.
当然，这个盘子的其他的部分呢，他们也有一些其他的南瓜。
But he was just, he finished eating the pumpkin, then he started to eat some other things next to him, near in his side.
那他就是在靠他这一边呢，他把他这边的南瓜吃完之后，他就开始去吃靠他这边的其他食物。
So of course, the companions of the Prophet Muhammad they realized this, and then they start to move the pumpkin to his side. The point is that although he is the leader, the teacher, the king, and everything, but he didn't move his hand. He didn't make his hand far to collect the food he likes.
那后来他的弟子就是有意识到说，他喜欢吃南瓜，他们才就是把他们那一边的南瓜拿来给他吃。那讲这个故事的一个重点就是说，先知王者即使他是他们的领导人，他也没有说他喜欢吃这个食物，他就手越得很远，越到旁边那边去把人家的拿过来吃。
So when you are eating with others, you have to respect all others. Don't think of yourself only. It is not you are the only one who is eating here. Others also they are eating.
当我们在吃饭、跟人家吃饭的时候，我们要去意识到别人的存在，那不是只有你一个人想要享受美食，那你要去尊重别人，他有他的喜好。
And so what? This food I like, but I cannot eat. So what?
就是说，这个是我喜欢的食物，但是我不能去吃。
This is economy. This is al-iqtisad. This is one of the ethics that we need to learn in Islam.
这个也就是经济的一个部分，这也是伊斯兰的一种美德，要我们去学习。
So we need to train ourselves that not everything we like we take, because sometimes we may reach to, let us say, to a situation that we don't have money even to get the smallest thing. Then what to do? Commit suicide? We have to accept.
就是我们要去面对，也不是说我们喜欢的东西就一定要拿到，就一定要全部拿到，因为有一天有可能我们可能口袋里面的钱，连最基本要糊口的饭的这个饭钱都没有。
So again, if I have kids, I need to train them.
所以再一次就是说，当我们有孩子的时候，我们要去训练我们的孩子。
I need to train them that not everything you want you take. No. Sometimes you are able to offer your kid all what he wants, but you shouldn't. You have to teach them that they have to learn the word no, cannot, sorry. They have to learn those
就
words.
是说，我们要训练我们的孩子，就算说我们有这个能力，能够去供给他所想要的一切，但是呢，我们还是要有时候要去拒绝他们的要求，让他们从小学习被拒绝，从小学习到说有些东西不是他们想要就可以得到的。
So this is one of the reasons that sometimes you find some kids, they're not listening to their parents. When they become 10, 12 years old, they don't listen to their parents.
所以我们就会发现，有些孩子到10几岁的时候呢，他常都不听父母的话。
Why? Because they think, in this age, they think that if my parents are not giving me what I want, this means that they are bad.
因为他们可能会想到这个年纪，要想到说，如果我要什么父母不给我的话呢，表示说我的爸妈他不是好的爸妈。
He would not think that this means that they cannot. Why? Because when he was a kid, he was not trained about the word I cannot or no, or it is not yours.
他们不会想到说是父母有没有办法达到的一个，他们能力没有办法达到，他们只会想到说我从小要什么就有什么啊，然后我就没有想到说真的会有什么被拒绝的一个情形。
So this is kulu min thamarihi. Then what is next? Wa'atu haqqah. What is the meaning of wa'atu haqqah yawma hasadih? It means don't think that this is yours.
那下面这节经文，他讲说要有说这个东西是你的。
What is the meaning of wa'atu haqqah? You have a farm, and this farm, it is the time to collect this fruit or vegetable or whatever.
就是说，他这句话的意思是说，你有一个农田，然后呢，要收成的时候，
So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is saying, wa'atu haqqa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah. Wa'atu haqqa means what you collect from the farm, not all of it is yours. First, you need to pay the zakah. Second, you need to donate. Third, you need to offer others. Of course, offer with money, no problem. But you need to offer others with a reasonable price, with a reasonable way.
或者说，当你要收成的时候呢，要有说全部都是你的，因为第一个你要去付这个天课，第二个呢，你要把一部分捐出来，第三个呢，你要用一个合理的一个价格去把它卖出去。
One of the meanings of wa'atu haqqa is don't keep it in your warehouse until it becomes more expensive and then you sell. This is monopoly, and monopoly is haram in Islam.
那这句话的意思呢，就是说，要是你收成了之后，你都要把它先放在你的那个仓库那边，要把它就是囤货居奇，然后等到就是好价钱的时候再去赚这个暴利。因为这样做的话呢，就是一种垄断，垄断在伊斯兰是不合教法的。
So وَآتُوا حَقَّهُ يَوْمَ حَصَادِهِ. It means when you collect it, first, as we said, you pay the zakah of it. Second, you donate part of it to those poor who cannot afford it, who cannot buy it. Then third, you put it in the market and let people make use of it in a reasonable price.
所以说呢，他这句话意思就是：第一个，我们有收成的时候，有时要收成的时候，第一个我们要去缴交田课；再来呢，我们要去把它捐出来给需要的人；第三个呢，我们要用合理的价钱去把它卖掉，然后让我们的这个收成的这些果实能够去造福人群，让别人也能够享受到这样好吃的东西。
Then the end of the ayah, وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا, and don't waste.
然后这一节最后的结尾就是说呢，不要浪费。
This is an order in Islam. وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا is an order in Islam. Don't waste.
这句话呢是伊斯兰的一个命令，就是说不要浪费。
It is only Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا. He is making it so clear. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. Allah doesn't like those who waste.
阿拉有讲得很清楚，阿拉不喜欢那些浪费的人。
So if Allah doesn't like you, what kind of support you will get from Him?
如果阿拉不喜欢你
no support, of course. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala about al-musrifin are those who waste. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned al-musrifin in different ayahs, but for example, one of the ayahs Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says about Fir'aun. Do you remember who is Fir'aun? Inna Fir'auna la'alin fil ardi wa kana min al-musrifin. Fir'aun is one of those who waste.
musrifin 的意思呢，就是不要浪费。那阿拉在古兰经里面这句话不要浪费的，浪费的这个人讲了很多次，那其中有讲到法老王。
So this means that if we waste, we are with Fir'aun.
就是 muslim 就是浪费的意思。那所以说，如果我们浪费的话，我们就是跟法老王是一样的。
Now, what is the meaning of waste?
那浪费的意思是什么？
Here, there are differences. Everyone says that no, I am okay. I'm not really wasting. I'm okay.
就是每个人的想法不一样，有人想说没有啊，我没有浪费啊，我都没有这样。
There is a basic of al-musrifin. That basic is from Quran and Hadith.
就是 muslimin 浪费的意思呢，在古兰经跟圣经里面都有注解。
And then there are levels. You put yourself under one of those
古
levels.
兰经跟圣经对于浪费呢，它有做一个底线。那至于上面其他的等级的话，就看我们自己能够达到哪一种等级。
Give you an example of the levels first.
我们先来举一下这个例子，就是有哪几种等级。
Sa'id ibn Zayd, one of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. After the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu passed away, Sa'id ibn Zayd was one of the, let us say, mayor in one of the cities.
那撒伊呢，他是先知的一个弟子，在先知归约之后呢，他成为一个城市里面的一个市长。
It is one story, we already mentioned it before, but I will only take one part of the story, that Sa'id, that when the Muslims there in that city, they complained to Umar ibn al-Khattab, telling him that Sa'id, there is one day, every week, there is one day Sa'id disappear. We don't see him.
那个撒伊的他的市民呢，就去跟欧马，当时欧马是法利法，然后就跟他抱怨说呢，就是一个礼拜呢，总有一天看不到撒伊，他就不见了，不知道去哪里。
So Umar ibn al-Khattab, he asked Sa'id to come to check what is going on. Then Umar ibn al-Khattab, when he asked Sa'id ibn Zayd about three things, this is one of them. He asked him, why you do this? You are the leader. You have to be with them all the time. What did Sa'id say?
那欧马就叫那个撒伊过来，问他说呢，你是一个市长，你是一个领导人，那你怎么可以做这样的事情？
And Sa'id was the mayor.
你每天都要在那个地方。
Sa'id was the mayor. So you know what is the meaning of mayor today. So what did Sa'id say? He said, Ya Amir al-Mu'minin. He said, I only have one dress.
那他就说你是市长啊，那你应该每天都跟你的市民在一起。然后呢，他就问他为什么这样子，然后撒伊就说，你看我只有一套衣服，
And I need to wash it.
然后我必须要洗。
So on that day that I wash that dress, I don't have other dress to go out, so I stay at home until it is dry.
就是说呢，当我要洗衣服这一天呢，我没有衣服可以穿出去，所以我必须要整天待在家里。
Of course, if today we want to take this as a level to check if we are from al-Musrifin or not, then all of us, we are Musrifin.
那如果说我们今天要拿它当做一个标准来去检视我们是不是浪费的话，那这样我们来跟他比的话，我们每一个人都是浪费的。
But we take let us say, the qualifications, or we take the way to know whether if we are Musrifin or not, according to Quran and Hadith.
但是我们来根据古兰经跟圣经来检视我们自己是不是一个浪费的人。
So, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says in Quran, Ya Bani Adam, خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد. Ya Bani Adam means you, the children of Adam.
阿拉在古兰经里面讲说，你们这些亚当的子孙，
خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد means whenever you go to the masjid, you dress well.
你只要去这件事都要穿戴整齐。
So it means that it's okay to have different kinds of dress.
那也就是说呢，我们要穿不同的衣服没有关系。
But what is the meaning of dress well?
那所以要穿戴整齐。
Does it mean that if you are a female, then you dress in a very fancy way and then you let all the people be attracted, and with the perfume and with all of this, then you say this is what Allah says in Quran?
那如果说你是一个女生呢，那你就把自己打扮的花枝招展的，然后大家的吸引大家的目光，然后喷很香的香水，然后就要问你怎么穿这样，你说没有啊，这是阿拉在古兰经里面讲的，那这样是不对。
then we say, you don't understand what is the meaning of خُذُوا زِينَتَكُمْ. خُذُوا زِينَتَكُمْ means you dress well in a moderate way.
那我们就是不解的这句话的意思，这句话意思是说你穿着要非常的端庄，就是比较中庸。
Dress well means no need on Friday, especially on Friday, I go to the masjid running from my home to the masjid. Then I arrive to the masjid with my nice smell after running 2-3 hours and with my stinky shoes and socks, and then I say that, I'm making sport.
那不是说呢，礼拜五要去清真寺了，然后呢，就赶快用跑的，那跑2-3个小时，然后满身大汗，然后就臭脚丫子进到清真寺。
No, it means be moderate and be clean and dress clean clothes.
要穿着要端庄，然后呢要干净。
But then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, يا بني آدم خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد وكلوا واشربوا. Eat and drink.
然后你要吃要喝。
Now, again, why Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala put eating and drinking with dressing? To know that all of these, they need economy. All of these, they need to check and they need to be moderate.
阿拉为什么把吃跟喝跟这个穿着连在一起呢？他就教导我们说，这都是在经济里面的一个范畴。那我们都要这3点都要非常的中庸。
Then again, ولا تسرفوا, don't waste. إن الله لا يحب المسرفين. Allah doesn't like those who waste.
那阿拉在讲，他说不要浪费，阿拉不喜欢浪费的人。
Now, in another ayah, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, وَلَا تُطِيعُوا أَمْرَ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. Do not listen to those who waste.
那在另外一点经文呢，那阿拉讲说呢
Do not listen.
不要去听那一些浪费的人所说的话。
Means do not obey.
也就是说呢，也不要去服从那些浪费的人。
Give you an example.
举一个例子。
For example, here in the masjid.
比方说在清真寺里面。
Let us say, for example, in the masjid, they tell us, they call Brother Omar, for example, and then they tell him that tomorrow the president of Taiwan and all of the staff, they are coming to visit the masjid.
比方说有人打电话给我们这个董事长说呢，明天呢总统还有他的一些随行的官员要全部来参观清真寺。
Then, let us say, for example, Brother Omar said, okay, so let us bring flowers, let us change, the decoration, let us put this, put that, and actually all of these, once the president leaves, we will throw them away.
然后呢，董事长就说呢，好，那我们来去买一些鲜花来摆设，然后呢再来去外面啊，就是要怎样油漆啊、装潢啊，那只是为了这一天他们来拜访，那之后的话就没有用了。
When Brother Omar wants to do this, the people in charge, not you, people in charge means like, for example, the board members or maybe the imam or those who have knowledge, they should go there and they should go to Brother Omar and say, no, this is wasting, we shouldn't do it.
当他有这样的一个决定的时候呢，那一些就是有站在一个位阶，有这样的一个职责在身的，比方说是董事、常务董事，或者是说在里面的员工，或是imam有伊斯兰知识的人，就要挺身出来跟董事长说，这样子是浪费，我们不应该这么做。
We clean the place, we make it nice, we change something, in the decoration or whatever, but other than this, it is wasting.
就是我们可以把这边打扫干净，但是在干净以外的这些花费的话，就是浪费。
This is one of the reasons, for example, why when someone passed away in the funeral, this is one of the reasons why we shouldn't bring those very expensive flowers and put them. Why? Why? Because this is waste. They will be thrown away.
那就是为什么我们伊斯兰的一个葬礼呢，就是不要去送一些什么鲜花，因为你只是为了这样一个葬礼，然后送了一堆的鲜花，葬礼结束之后，这些花全部都拿去丢掉。
And actually, there is another reason, which is so big reason.
还有一个很重大的一个原因。
Umar ibn al-Khattab once, I told you this, Umar ibn al-Khattab once, he was sitting in a house of someone who was dying.
那有一次呢，欧玛呢，他在一个临终快死的一个人的家里面。
So Umar ibn al-Khattab was sitting next to him, talking to him, and so on.
那欧玛呢就在旁边跟他讲话。
Then that person passed away.
然后这个人就走了。
Once he passed away, Umar ibn al-Khattab, he turned off the candle.
然后这个人一归真之后，那欧玛马上就把他的这个油灯呢，把它关起来。
others, Ali and some others, they were with him. They said, "What is your problem? It is dark. Why you turn it off?"
那旁边的一些朋友呢，然后像阿里他们这些说，你干嘛把灯关掉？很暗。
He said, the oil inside, it belongs to the inheritors.
这个油灯里面的灯油呢，是属于他的这个遗产继承者。
So it is haram. We shouldn't use it.
所以说呢，如果他的允许的话，我们继续使用的话，就是违反教法的。
Imagine today in our culture, when someone is dead, then of course for burying the body, for washing the body and so on, we must do it. But then we go back to the culture.
那当然说，就伊斯兰的葬礼来讲的话，要去洗净他的身体啊，然后要去做这个丧礼一切的这样的土葬这方面的，那实际上是一定要做的。但是除此之外，有很多是我们的传统习俗。
So we go back to the culture, the red envelope, the blue envelope, the black envelope, all of those envelopes. They are from the money of who? They are from the money of the dead body. It is not his money. They are the money of the inheritors. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. From the relatives. But who pay it? The relative. Okay, so forget about the blue envelope, the white envelope. Let us talk about all of these dinners, all of these food, all of these, they collect, they invite, they say, for reciting Fatiha, for making dua, for this and that. All of this, whose money is this?
然后像有一些呢，他就说那我们就是摆很多桌啊，然后宴请宾客啊，然后再请imam还请谁啊，过来念古兰经啊，然后再拿钱花这些钱，但是这些钱都是谁的钱？
Actually, I'm talking about the money that the family of the dead body, they pay it, like for example, they pay it to those who are working for it or whatever. Do you have something like this or no? So this is, whose money is this? So is it the money of the dead body or not the money of the dead body? Okay. So others, for those gathering and eating and so on, this is the money of the dead body.
就是像有些呢，他就是用这个亡者呢，他的这个剩下来的遗产，然后呢来去宴请宾客，然后去花费一些钱啊，就做那个的。
If not, then it's okay. But for us, for example,
because some old men, they already split their heritage to young kids.
now this is another disaster.
That's enough.
Now this is another disaster. You are still alive. I'm telling you, you are still alive. Yeah, now this is another point. You are still alive.
就是说你现在还活着。
Like for example, I have 2 kids and I love this one more than that one.
就是我有2个儿子，我比较疼这一个，比较不疼另外一个。
So before I die, I give this one everything.
所以我还没有死，我就把财产就先给第一个了。
Then this is haram.
这样是不合教法的。
We have the right to split or to make use of 1/3 of our money only.
就是说呢，我们的权限呢，只是能用我们财产的1/3。
So more than 1/3 is not mine.
就是说我的遗产1/3，就另外2/3都不是我能够。
I mean, it is not mine after death, of course.
所以说我们在写遗嘱的时候，分配遗产的时候呢，就是我们只能分配我们遗产的1/3，剩下2/3不是我们自己去分配的。
So all what I spent as a waste is waste and will be asked about it.
就是说呢，我额外去花费的呢，就是一种浪费，那之后都受到阿拉的审问。
So this is when we are talking about wasting in general.
就是指浪费的一方的情形。
Now, of course, there are a lot of ayahs. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is talking about wasting not only money, not only for eating and drinking, but also for everything.
那在很多节经文，阿拉都有讲到说，不只是在吃喝金钱方面的浪费，还有其他方面的浪费。
So now we go for other things. But before we go for other things, there is one more thing related to money.
那我们来讲，就是其他的要点之前，我们再来讲一个跟钱有关的。
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Man iqtasada aghnahu Allah." Remember, iqtasada means to be in the middle.
先知或者说这句话的意思就是在中间。
So the Prophet Muhammad says, "Man iqtasada aghnahu Allah." The one who is in the middle in everything, aghnahu Allah means Allah will give him all what he wants.
一个人凡事都行中庸之道的话，阿拉就会给予他想要的一切。
As I said before, no need whenever I want something, I insist to take it.
不是说我要什么东西我就一定要拿到，
But also at the same time, I don't just give up everything.
那也不是说呢我不努力，然后就直接放弃，什么都不要。
I love to have those 5 things or those 10 things. Then I just get half of them. It's okay, no problem.
就是说呢，我想要10样东西，那我去努力，然后得到5样东西，那就 OK 了，那不要太坚持。
But then whenever I need something or I feel like having something, I fight for it and I beg for it and I work for it and then I get it. Then what will happen? There will be something so important. What will happen? I will love to stay alive.
就是说，如果我想要得到什么东西，我就不计一切代价，用尽各种手段，一定要得到。那就算我们得到了，会有带来一个衍生的问题，就是说我们可能会过度的眷恋今生的一切。
We have a sentence sometimes we say, like for example, be careful, see that person who is sleeping in the street, don't make him angry because he has nothing to lose.
就是我们有一句话，阿拉伯的谚语，就是说呢，你要小心睡在路边的那个人，不要去惹恼他，因为呢，他已经一无所有了，他什么事都做得出来。
What is the meaning of he has nothing to lose?
什么是叫一无所有？
It means he will not really regret if he died.
也就是说呢，就算他死了，他也没有什么遗憾。
So don't make him angry because he may kill you. He has no problem to be killed.
所以你不要惹恼他，因为他就算把你杀了，他也不觉得有什么样的失去什么。
But then when someone rich, has family, has cars, has buildings, has big amount in the bank, has all of these things, even when he catch cold, you will find that he is so worried about himself.
对一个人呢，如果他很有钱啊，又有很美满的家庭啊，那一切荣华富贵，那这个人如果就算一个小感冒，他都会很担心。
Why? How am I going to leave all of those nice things?
他想到我拥有这么多一切美好的东西，那我死了就什么都没有了。
Now, don't be same as that one who has nothing to lose because he may do something wrong. But also don't be same as that one who has everything because he will be so afraid of death. You should be in middle. You have the good life, which is the reasonable life, and this life is not in your heart, it is only in your hand.
那就是我们不要像那个睡在路边那个一无所有的人，因为他这种人有可能什么事都做得出来。那也不要像那个拥有一切荣华富贵的人，那他就是非常怕死，然后他非常的执着，就是要这一生的一切。那我们要过一个比较合理的一个生活，然后呢，就是不要把这个人世间的一切放在我们的心里面，人世间的一切是要掌握在我们手里的。
The Prophet Muhammad says, "Inna Allah jamilun yuhibbul jamal." Allah is beautiful, He loves the beauty.
那个现状或者说呢，阿拉他是美丽的，他也喜欢美丽的东西。
Why the Prophet Muhammad said this? Because the Prophet Muhammad he said at the beginning of the hadith, he said, لا يدخل الجنة من كان في قلبه مثقال ذرة من كبر. The one who has in his heart a one or small atom of ignorance will never get into paradise.
现状或者在这个圣训的一开始有讲到，一个人的内心里面如果有非常小的一个原子的一个成分，是一种有一点无知的这个成分的话，他是没有办法进入天堂的。
So the companions of the Prophet Muhammad what did they say? They said, Ya Rasulullah, we like to dress well. And no, arrogance, yes.
就是内心有一点骄傲的成分的话，傲慢的成分的话，他是不可能进入天堂的。
So the Prophet Muhammad he said, so the companions of the Prophet Muhammad they said, Ya Rasulullah, we like to dress well. We like to look nice.
那他的弟子们就说呢，我们喜欢就是看起来穿得很体面，然后穿着得很端庄。
So the Prophet Muhammad said, not this what I mean.
先知王的说这不是我的意思。
He said, Inna Allah jamilun yuhibbul jamal. Allah is beautiful and He likes the beauty.
阿拉他是美丽的，他喜欢美丽的东西。
ولكن الكبر, but to be arrogant means what? بطر الحق وغمط الناس. It means that you don't you look down on people and you don't accept the truth.
骄傲自大的意思呢，就是你看不起人家，而且呢，你不愿意接受现实。
This is ignorance. This is arrogance.
这个就是骄傲自大。
So arrogance is what? Is whenever someone is discussing with you, then you say, "Don't talk. I know better than you."
所以我们傲慢的意思就是，要跟你讨论事情的时候，你都会讲说，不要跟我讲，我比你还懂。
And all what you say is wrong. I know what am I saying.
你讲的都是错的，我知道我自己在说什么。
Plus, and by the way, who are you to talk to me?
而且呢，你是什么东西？你有什么资格跟我讲？
See this one, the one who has those two things. According to the hadith, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, this person not only will not get into paradise, there is another hadith, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, وَلَا يَشُمُّ رِيحَهَا, and he doesn't smell the smell of paradise.
就是说呢，有像只有一点点这种骄傲的一个成分的人呢，他天堂的味道连闻都闻不到。
And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, وَإِنَّ رِيحَهَا لَيُشَمُّ عَلَى بُعْدِ كَذَا وَكَذَا. The smell of paradise, you can smell it from very, very, very far away from it. So then imagine how far away is this person from paradise. Why? Only because he is arrogant and he thinks that he is better than others. So, dressing well is okay. This is not a problem. Being clean is important. An-nadafatu min al-iman. This is what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says. Cleanliness is from iman, from belief. But sometimes we misunderstand. Sometimes we say, like, for example, today I already said this hadith, so maybe someone will say, okay, fine. So it is okay to dress well, and no problem to dress well. Then I just buy clothes with like maybe 20, 30,000. Then I say, no problem. Inna Allah jamilun yuhibbul jamal. Allah is beautiful. He likes beauty. Then we say, don't misunderstand. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, He doesn't like those who waste. If you can cover your body with, let us say, 2,000, then why to cover your body with 200,000? Cover your body with 2,000 and then spend the rest. You know, there is one masjid in one country. That masjid is in a village, in a small village. Do you know what is the name of that masjid? The name of that masjid is It's Okay. Yeah, really, this is the name of the masjid. The name of the masjid is It's Okay. Then, once, you know, a group of Muslims from another country, they visit that mosque, and then they ask, why this masjid has this name? Then they said, we don't know, ask the one who built it. Then he went to check the one who built it. He is sitting there. Then he found that he is a normal person. He is not rich. Then he said, let me talk to him and see what is going on. Then he asked him, Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Then he asked him, he said, they told me that you built this masjid. He said, yes. He said, I just want to know why this masjid, why the name of this masjid is It's Okay. He said, this is the reason how I collect the money. He said, so how did you collect the money? He said, 40 years ago, 40 years ago, I decided to, inshallah, to build a masjid. poor. I'm not really rich. I'm a normal person.
但是我很穷，就是一般的平凡人。
He said, so whenever I wanted to buy something, I check, do I really need it or no need?
所以我只要去买一样东西，我就会自己在摆摊的再去问自己说，我真的需要这个东西吗？还是没有关系？
He said, for example, I have shoes and I want to buy new shoes.
那如果已经有一双鞋子，那我想要买另外一双新的，
And this new shoes is, for example, $1,000.
然后这一双新鞋子要1000块，
Then I look at my old shoes.
那我就看着我这一双旧鞋，
Then I found that it is still okay.
那你发现呢还可以，
So I say, it's okay, no need to buy the shoes.
那想说啊还可以啊，那没关系，不要去买新的。
And this 1,000 for buying the shoes, I keep it aside.
那这1000块钱下来的话，我就把它存起来。
Then I want to buy another, for example, t-shirt. Then I found that the t-shirt I have is okay. So I say, it's okay, no need for the shirt. And I put the money of the shirt in the box.
然后呢，我想要去买一件那个 T 恤，然后我就看一下我身上这一件呢都还可以穿，那所以就没有关系，就要去买新的，然后剩下的钱就再把它存起来。
He said that it is the same for eating, for drinking, for going for a trip, for this and that. Whenever there is something I want to do and I have the money to do it, then I say, it's okay, no need. And I save this money.
所以呢，他在这个食衣住行这方面呢，他都是用这样的一个方式，然后所以就省下了很多钱。
He said, and then at the end, after 40 years, I checked this money and I found that this money is not enough to build a very big masjid. But then I said, it's okay, small masjid is better than nothing. So I built this masjid and I called it it's okay.
然后40年后呢，我就想要说啊，这些攒下来的钱呢，要盖一家大的清真寺呢，就是钱是不够的。那想说啊，没关系，那就盖一间小的好了。那盖起来就把它叫做就是没有关系。
But that person, he knows that the Prophet Muhammad said, من بنى لله مسجدا ولو كان كمفحص قطاع بنى الله له قصرا في الجنة. The one who built the masjid, the Prophet Muhammad said, ولو كان كمفحص قطاع, means the one who built the masjid same size as a nest of a bird.
那他有听见先生我们所讲的这一句话，那先生他说呢，一个人盖了清真寺，如果这清真寺就像一个鸟巢一样这么小。
Of course, no one will build the masjid as a nest of a bird, but this is just to know that even if you build a masjid which is enough only for 2-3 people, no problem, it is a masjid. What will happen? بَنَى اللَّهُ لَهُ قَصْرًا فِي الْجَنَّةِ. Allah will build a palace for him in paradise.
当然，没有一个人会盖一个像鸟巢这么小的清真寺。他意思就是说呢，这清真寺就算只能容纳2-3个人，但是他为阿拉而去盖的话，那么阿拉会为他在天堂呢，就是盖了一间宫殿给他。
Now, at the same time, this is important. At the same time, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, listen to this carefully. This is chapter 3. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, إِنَّمَا يَعْمُرُ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. What is the meaning of this ayah? Those who build the masjid of Allah are those who believe in Allah and believe in the day of judgment.
就是在古兰经第3章里面，阿拉有讲到说，那些为阿拉而盖清真寺的人，他们是相信阿拉的人，而且相信阿拉，
And the day of
然后
judgment.
也相信这个审判日的人。
Now let me ask you a question just to understand this ayah. Who built this masjid?
那我们可以来看一下，说这间清真寺是谁盖的？
Was it built by Muslims?
这家清真寺是穆斯林盖的吗？
No. The workers, they were Muslims.
然后这边的员工是穆斯林吗？
The engineer who designed it was a Muslim.
就是说，当初去设计这个建筑的建筑师是穆斯林吗？
Okay, maybe the engineer is. Other staff, they were Muslims.
那这边的工人啊，所有的这个员工去盖的，他们是穆斯林吗？
Those big masjid, for example, the biggest masjid in the Haram, for example, in Mecca, was it designed, or in Medina, the new one, was it designed by Muslims? No.
在那个近寺或者是在麦地那那边的清真寺，是穆斯林所设计的吗？
All of those, like for example, they say that masjid which is over the water in Malaysia, and another masjid which is all made of whatever in I don't know where, they were not designed and built by Muslims.
你看到说像马来西亚的水上清真寺，还有其他一些很有名的清真寺，它并不是穆斯林所设计新建的。
What do I want to say is, إنما يعمر those who build the masjid. It doesn't mean those who build the masjid, those who pay the money to build the masjid.
所以那一些盖清真寺的人，并不是那些花钱去盖清真寺的人。
It doesn't mean those who work for the construction of the masjid.
也不是说去就是做这些建筑的这些工人的人。
So what does it mean then?
所以
It means those who believe in Allah and those who believe in the Day of Judgment who are in the masjid.
而它的真正意思就是那些信仰阿拉也相信仰审判日，而且他人在清真寺里面的人。
To make it easier for you to understand,
用比较简单的方式来讲，
if there is an investor or a good man or whatever who is a billionaire and he made a very, very, very big hospital here in Taipei,
比方说一个亿万富翁呢，他就在台北盖了一间非常大的医院，
the biggest hospital in the world, not only in Taiwan, the biggest hospital in the world,
他是盖了全世界最大的全世界最大的医院，
with the best equipments in the world,
它里面的设备是全世界最优良的，
but no doctors inside.
那里面呢没有医生，
What kind of use we will make from this hospital?
那我们可以这个医院可以带来什么样的一个帮助，什么样的功用？
Will it be used as a hospital?
它还是一个医院吗？
If there are patients, they come and get inside, will they be able to get service?
有这个病人进来的话，有办法医治吗？
No.
不能。
So then the hospital is not with the building. The hospital is with the doctors inside the hospital.
所以所谓的医院，并不是指这个医院外面的架构，而是指医院里面的这个医生。
Why, for example, people, they say this hospital is very famous.
为什么有些人说这家医院非常有名？
Is it because of the location?
是因为它的地点很好吗？
No. Is it because of the building itself?
还是它的建筑很美观？
No, because it has very famous and successful doctors inside.
而是里面有非常有名、非常成功的医生。
Right? The masjid is the same.
清真寺也是一样，
The masjid is very big and very nice and very clean and very beautiful and those are important, but they are not everything.
所以一个清真寺它非常的棒，非常的漂亮，然后非常的干净，当然这些很重要，但是也不是最重要的。
The real important thing is who is in the masjid.
重要的是里面有什么样的人。
The masjid of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, how big was it?
天之化获得的清真寺有多大？
It was not big.
不大。
Now, what was it made of?
那它是用什么盖的？
We already said before, mud,
它是
you
用
know, the clay and mud, those, and sand
土跟沙，
and leaves.
还有树叶，
This was the masjid.
就是先是这样盖的。
The pillars of the masjid, they were the tree.
然后它里面的梁柱呢是用那个树干，
So it didn't really have those famous engineers to make the design.
那并没有非常有名的建筑师去设计，
It didn't really have those expert construction people.
也没有非常精良的这些工人去干。
But who was inside the masjid?
但是问题是里面有谁？
The Prophet Muhammad
有
SAW.
先知瓦获得，
So who graduated from the masjid?
所以有哪些从这些先知里面毕业？
Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali and Sa'ad and Abdul Rahman. Those that, because they were there, we are Muslims today.
就是有巴宝欧玛他们这一些大人物，就是因为他们才有今天的穆斯林。
But today, unfortunately, we have the masjid only as a construction.
但很不幸的，现在很多清真寺都只是一个外表的建筑。
But whom do we have inside?
那里面呢有什么样的人呢？
We have some people to make some troubles.
有一些人在里面制造麻烦，
We have other people who think that they know everything.
那有一些人在里面非常的自以为是，
We have other people who just come to criticize.
那有些人专门来这里批评人家，
And we have those who think that they have knowledge, they have nothing.
还有些人以为自己还学识丰富，但事实上他就是一点知识都没有。
Then, whom do you think would graduate from the masjid?
那就是有什么样的人可以从这家清真寺里面毕业？
Again, we need to go back to the basic.
我们要回到它的基本面。
The basic is the intention to have the teacher and to learn and have wisdom.
基本面呢，就是要有这个有他这个意念，然后要有这个老师，然后要有这个智慧。
But if we don't have those things, don't think that we will be successful.
那我们没有具备这些的话，就不要以为说我们还会有成功的一天。
Now, we go back to another part, or we go to another part of iqtisad, of economy.
那我们再回到这个经济的另外一个部分，
And this is also another important part.
这也是很重要的。
Now, but first, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the one who is always choosing the middle, Allah will give him more.
那我们之前讲到先知或者说一个人他永远都是持中庸中道来走的话呢，阿拉就会给他想要的一切。
وَمَنْ بَثَّ بَذَّرَ أَفْقَرَهُ اللَّهُ. And the one who wastes, Allah will make him poor.
那一个浪费的人，阿拉会让他导致会贫穷。
Clear? وَمَنْ تَوَاضَعَ رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ. And the one who is moderate, Allah will give him honor in front of people.
一个温和中庸的人，阿拉会在众人的面前给他荣耀。
The one who is moderate,
一个
the
温
one
和
who
中
is
庸
humble,
就是谦虚，
Allah will give him the honor in front of people.
那么阿拉呢会在众人的面前给予他荣耀。
And وَمَنْ تَجَبَّرَ قَسَمَهُ اللَّهُ. This is the point. And the one who is arrogant,
一个傲慢自大的人，
the one who feels that he is better than others,
他觉得他比别人都还要厉害，
the one who treats people that he is higher than them,
他就是对待别人的方式呢，都是展现自己的优越。
قَسَمَهُ اللَّهُ. قَسَمَهُ اللَّهُ, if we want to translate it, it means Allah cut him into half, into two
这
pieces.
句阿拉伯的意思呢，它字面上就是阿拉把它切成两段。
Another meaning of قَسَمَهُ اللَّهُ, it means that Allah will break him.
那这句话的另外一个意思就是阿拉会把它折断。
Both meanings, they have the same result, which is that he will be attacked by Allah.
这句话的两种意思的，它的结果都是一样的，就是这种人呢会受到阿拉的攻击。
Imagine if Allah is attacking someone, what will happen to this
我
one?
们想象一个人受到阿拉的攻击，他会发生什么样的事情？
So, do you want to get the honor from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala? Humble yourself.
如果说你要得到阿拉的荣耀，阿拉给你的荣耀的话，那你要谦虚。
But humble doesn't mean to be humiliated by others.
就是说要谦虚的意思，并不是你要任由别人的凌辱，任由别人的羞辱。
Humble, it means first to accept the advice.
就是说谦虚的意思，首先你要能够接受别人的建议。
Second, to learn.
第二个呢，你要虚心学习。
Third, to look at everybody that they are better than you.
第三个呢，你看待别人的方式呢，都是认为别人都比我自己还要好。
First, to respect elders and to be nice to youngers.
那第四个呢，就是我们要尊重长者，然后呢，我们也要去善待这个比我们年轻的人。
Six, to do your things by yourself.
然后再来第六个呢，就是凡事呢自己能够亲力亲为是最好的，自己动手做。
When you follow those things, inshallah, you will be humble.
如果说我们能够遵守这几点的话，insha Allah，我们就会成为一个谦冲自牧的人。
So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will give you the honor in front of people.
那么阿拉就会在众人的面前给我们荣耀。
And remember something. The Prophet Muhammad SAW once, he said, talking to his companions, he said, do you want to know one of the things about someone who will go to hell?
那谢之后的也是跟他的弟子们说，你们想要知道说哪一种人会下地狱吗？
Or there is another hadith, the Prophet Muhammad SAW says, if you want to see one of the residents of hell,
那在另外一个圣训呢，先知是这样子说的，他说，如果你想要看到这个地狱的居民，
if you want to see or if you want to look at someone, one of the residents of hell, look at someone who is sitting and there are some people standing in front of him, serving him.
就是说你想要看到地狱的居民的话，你可以看到一个人他坐在那里，那旁边大家都站着来去服务他。
Today, how many thousands of those people we see every day?
今天我们一天呢能看到几千个是这样的人，
You find someone who is sitting,
就发现一个人坐在那里，
his staff standing,
然后他的员工就站在旁边，
you do this, you do this, you do this, and I'm going to hell.
就是说呢，你做这个，你做那个，然后呢，我自己下地狱。
Whom do you think yourself?
就是说，你以为你是谁？
Whom do you think yourself? Someone comes to tell you something. First thing, have a seat, or I stand up.
就是说，人家来跟你讲话的话，首先呢，你请人家坐，不然的话，你自己要站起来。
Today, today, are we dealing with people like
今
this?
天我用这种态度去对待别人吗？
But of course, politics says, policy, system, whatever they say, no. You should be hard on your staff.
那有些政治人物或者有些人他们讲到说，对啊，你对待你的下属，你必须要非常的要强力一点，强势一点。
What I should be hard on my staff?
就 为什么要对待自己的下属就要很强势？
Am I a Muslim?
我要问我自己，我是穆斯林吗？
The Prophet Muhammad SAW, after the battle, he was sitting with his companions. Then he asked, whom do we miss?
那先知穆罕默德他在结束战争的时候，跟着他的弟子们坐在地上，然后他就问说：我们失去了谁？
He asked, is everybody here?
就是说大家都在这边吗？
So of course they looked at each other. They said, Ya Rasulullah, we are all here.
他们就大家四处看看，说阿拉的使者啊，我们都在这边。
Of course we are all here. You know, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Abdul Rahman, Sa'ad, you know, all Talha, Ubaidah, all of those, you know, we are all here.
那他们讲说那些大人物都在这里。
The Prophet Muhammad SAW, he said, وَلَكِنِّي أَفْتَقِدُ أَخِي جُلَيْبِيبَ, but I cannot see my brother Julaybib. Julaybib was his servant.
那先知穆罕默德说，可是我没有看到我的兄弟朱莱比。那朱莱比事实上是他的侍从，他的仆人。
He said, but I cannot see Julaybib. Where is Julaybib?
他说，可是我没有看到朱莱比呢，他在哪里？
And the Prophet Muhammad SAW didn't start talking before he knows where is Julaybib. Then Julaybib came.
那先知穆罕默德呢，他在确定朱莱比的平安之前，他都没有讲，他都没有开始跟他们讲话。
So whom do you think yourself that, no, I shouldn't treat my staff well.
那所以说，我们以为自己是谁？为什么说我对我的员工就一定要不好？
If your staff, they didn't understand your morals, then you can ask them to leave, but don't change your morals.
如果说你的员工他没有办法去体会到你的这种修养的话，那你可以叫他们走人。
Remember I told
但是
you,
不要因为有不好的员工而去改变你个人的修养。
remember I told you the story of Umar bin Abdul Aziz.
就是我们有讲过欧玛ibn Aziz这个人，他的
Who was Umar bin Abdul Aziz? He was the king, the leader, Amir al-Mu'mineen. He had all the authority.
他是当时最强大的伊斯兰帝国的领导人。
He was sitting, and one of the kings of other places, Rome or whatever, he visited him.
他当时坐在他的位置，然后有来自一个外国的一个国王，应该是罗马的，然后他过来坐在他的旁边，来拜访他。
So they were sitting together.
所以他们两个君王就坐在一起。
Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he said, Ya Ghulam. Ya Ghulam means servant. He's calling the servant to come maybe for coffee, tea, drink, whatever. He said, Ya Ghulam.
他说不干嘛，就是他的仆人。
So that Ghulam, he didn't reply.
然后想要叫他来倒咖啡还是茶，那个仆人呢就没有回他。
Then the second time, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he said, Ya Ghulam.
然后那欧玛呢，他又再叫他第二次，
He didn't reply.
他的仆人还是没有回应。
The third time, Umar bin Abdul Aziz said, Ya Ghulam.
然后欧玛呢，他又再叫了第三次，不干嘛。
So that servant, he came.
然后这仆人就过来了，
He looked at Umar bin Abdul Aziz.
他就看着他的这个主人，
He said, what is your problem?
他说你这边有什么问题啊？
Whenever you want anything, you say, Ya Ghulam, Ya Ghulam, Ya Ghulam. What is your problem?
你只要想要什么东西，你就叫不干嘛不干嘛，你到底想要干嘛？
I want to sleep.
我要睡觉，
I want to relax.
我也要放松休
I
息，
want to eat.
我也要吃饭啊。
So you think that I am always free just to listen to you?
那你们说我一直都很闲没事，就要听你使唤吗？
Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he put his head, put it down.
那欧玛呢，他就把头低下来。
This happened in front of another king.
那这样的一个情形呢，就是在他一个邻国的君王的面前上演。
So they were waiting for Umar bin Abdul Aziz just to raise his head and say, kill him.
那大家呢都在期待说，欧玛呢，他就是把头抬起来，然后叫他另外一个侍从，就把这个仆人给拖去斩。
What did Umar bin Abdul Aziz say?
那欧玛ibn Aziz他怎么说呢？
He smiled.
他就笑了。
He said, if our behavior are good,
他说，如果我个人的行为好的话，
the behavior of our servant will become bad.
如果我这个人的行为好的话，我的下属他的行为就会变不好。
If our behavior were bad, the behavior of our servant will be good.
就是说，我们对我们的下属不好的话呢，我们的下属就会变成好的。
Then he said, we will never change our behavior into bad to let the behavior of our servant become good.
我们不要就是改变个人的一个修养，让自己的修养变坏，然后就是为了让我们的仆人就是乖乖听从。
So this means what? Don't change your behavior for something you may get from someone.
就是说，你不要因为要得到
You must have a good behavior according to Islam always, no matter people they understand it or they say that you are stupid. It is not important.
不管别人了不了解你，还是别人就是要来批评你说你很笨啊，怎么样？不管怎么样，我们都还是要忠于我们伊斯兰的一个修养。
But of course, there is a difference between my behavior are good, but I'm not an idiot, and between I am an idiot and I don't know what to do.
就说当然这两者是有差的，不是说我是一个我的 OK。
That this doesn't mean there is a difference between my behavior are good, but I am not idiot.
就是说我这个人的行事作风是好的，但是我并不是一个笨蛋，可以让人家玩弄我鼓掌。
Don't think that the good behavior means to be an idiot.
就是说呢，不是说的一个好的一个行为呢，就是当一个烂好人，让人家任由人家践踏。
Umar ibn al-Khattab, he said, I am not a cheater, but cheaters will never be able to cheat me.
欧马他就说呢，我不是一个骗子，但是呢，骗子骗不了我。
It means I am not an idiot. I know what is going on.
就是说我不是一个白痴笨蛋，我知道到底这个事情的情况是怎么样。
Today, unfortunately, many of us, when we are facing someone big, we play idiot.
那我们现在很不幸的，我们现在多半的人呢，遇到了一个位高权重的人呢，我们就在那边装傻装笨。
And when we are facing someone small, we play smart and big.
那如果我们碰到了一个比较软弱、比较卑下的人呢，我们这边表现的就是很了不起这样。
This is why we will never succeed if we remain like this.
因为我们保持一直这样子不改的话呢，那永远都不会成功。
I need to learn. And I need to practice what I learn.
我要学习，而且要学习怎么样去运用我所学的。
I learn that when I see something wrong, I have to say this is wrong. So I need to practice what I learn.
就是说呢，当我们学习到说看到什么样不对的东西的话，我们就是必须要挺身而出的去把它讲出来、指正出来。那我们必须要去用实践我们所学的。
But with iqtisad, with economy.
但是还是要用经济的这个角度去。
How?
怎么样做？
The Prophet Muhammad said, خُذُوا مِنَ الْعَمَلِ مَا تُطِيقُونَ. Take from the responsibility what you can take.
这句话或者说呢，你能够尽到的责任，你就要去尽。
What does it mean?
你能够担的责任，就要去。
I know that according to my ability, I can be an imam or a teacher here in this masjid.
就是说，我知道我自己的能力可以担当这间清真寺里面的 imam。
I know that I can offer something to the Islamic society.
我知道说我能够为这个伊斯兰的社会能够去付出一些贡献，
Then I take it.
但我就要接受这个职位。
But when they tell me, for example, that I have to work 7 days a week, every day 15 hours,
但如果他们告诉我说一个礼拜要工作7天，每天要工作15个小时，
and I know it is for the sake of Allah,
那我知道这一切都是为阿拉，
but I know that I cannot.
那我知道我没有办法。
Maybe because I have to travel, for example, or maybe because I have some other things to do, or maybe because of my health, or maybe because of my family. I know, I'm sure that I cannot.
也许说我需要有一些旅行，也许我有一些家人或者一些其他的工作，那我知道是我的能力没有办法承诺做这件事情，
Then don't take it.
那我们就不要去接受这份工作，
Don't say, it's okay, no problem.
不要说没关系，可以，
It is not okay, it is a problem.
这是不行的，会有问题的，
This is in everything.
就是每件事情都一样。
Something over your ability, don't take it.
就是说呢，超过能力的范围的话，就不要去接受这个责任。
Today, for example, Brother Omar, he left already. Today, for example, we have a very big problem in our society.
今天在我们这个伊斯兰的穆斯林的社会里面有个很大的问题。
And I'm just saying it's so clear because I said it many times in front of everybody.
就是我已经讲很多次，在很多人面前都讲过了。
Today, those brothers and maybe some sisters who are holding the authority either in the masjid or in the association, CMA, or in the masjid or other masjid, are they qualified to hold it?
就是今天呢，去担任清真寺的董事，或者是说在中国回教协会的理事，就是他们这些负责
qualified to be on these positions?
他们的能力、他们的资格是可以站在这个位置上的。
Of course, we know and they know that they are not qualified.
我们自己知道，他们也心知肚明说，很多人他们事实上是没有这个资格的。
Then what is the result?
那会有什么样的结果？
The result is a destroyed Islamic society.
结果呢，就会带来一个被毁坏的伊斯兰的社会。
You want to know more about the result?
我们还要知道更多的结果吗？
The result, I'm telling you, the result is thousands of people outside, they are ready to become Muslims. But because of this arrangement, they will never become Muslims.
它的结果呢，就是外面有成千上万的人，他们想要成为穆斯林，但是因为我们穆斯林本身社群里面这些所衍生的这些问题，而导致他们不愿意进入这个伊斯兰的一个宗教里面。
We cannot blame people.
我们不能去责怪别人。
Not everybody can separate Islam from
不
Muslims.
是每一个人都会把伊斯兰和穆斯林分割得很清楚。
Me, for example, me myself, for example, it is not easy, maybe, it is not easy to separate the Taiwan law from Taiwanese people.
比方说，我个人本身的话呢，我有时候呢，对于台湾的一个法律和台湾的人民，有时候我也没有办法分得很开。
If Taiwan law says, for example, says that robbing things, stealing things are not allowed,
台湾的法律呢，认为说窃盗是不合法的。
and then all the Taiwanese people that I know in Taiwan, there are 10 people only.
那我在台湾只认识10个人，
And unfortunately, those 10, they steal my money.
那很不幸的，我认识的这10个唯一的台湾人呢，10个都偷过我的钱。
Who can convince me that the Taiwanese law is different?
那有谁会有办法说服我说台湾人跟台湾的法律是一样的？
Nobody.
是不一样的，没有人可以这样说服。
But what is the fact?
但事实是什么？
The fact is that according to Taiwan law, you shouldn't be a thief.
就根据台湾的法律呢，你不能做就是小偷。
The only way to convince me is first to convince me to sit and talk to you.
那首先呢，就是你要说服的话，你要先说服我愿意坐下来跟你讲。
And second, to show me the law of Taiwan that, see, according to the law, it is not allowed.
那再来，你要去说服我说，你要让我看到台湾的法律，根据台湾法律的规定呢，窃盗是非法的。
See, this is one example.
这是一个例子。
In another hand,
另外一方面，
if I only know 10 Taiwanese,
如果只认识10个台湾人，
and they are very nice and honest and friendly and
那他们都是非常友善的人。
do I need anyone to convince me that the law of Taiwan says that no, that it is not allowed to be a thief?
那我还需要有任何人来去说服我说，台湾的法律规定就是窃盗是不允许的。
I don't need anyone to convince me. I know it by myself.
我不需要任何人来说服我，我自己本身就有体会。
Today, unfortunately, why a lot of people today, they hate Islam while Islam did nothing.
那为什么现在很多人都痛恨伊斯兰？可是伊斯兰并没有做什么坏事，
Because of us, we Muslims.
而是因为穆斯林本身的问题。
So, are we helping Islam or are we attacking Islam
我们
then?
本身呢是在帮助伊斯兰，还是我们本身就在打击伊斯兰？
This example, I told you before. If I volunteer for free, I don't want money. If I volunteer to teach people Mandarin,
如果说呢，我自愿呢去教人家中文，
volunteer for free, for the sake of Allah,
就是我是为阿拉而做的，我不要收钱。
will my students learn Mandarin?
我的学生会学到华语吗？
Of course not.
当然学不到。
Why?
为什
Because
么？
I don't know Mandarin.
因为我自己又不会华语。
Then why am I offering myself as a volunteer to teach people something I don't know?
那为什么我要自愿去教人家一些我不懂的东西？
Is it helping?
这是帮助吗？
It is wasting the time of those people.
是在浪费人家的时间。
So today, for example, when your representative, no need to mention names, when your representative in the government is someone who hardly knows how to pray, then what do you think people would know about Islam
就
here?
是说，我们今天伊斯兰就是在台湾的这个政府里面的伊斯兰的一个代表，他本身都还不太会礼拜的话，那还能够给我们什么样的一个代表？
Today, if your government today wants to know anything about Islam, they will call that person who doesn't know how to recite Al-Fatiha.
今天如果台湾政府要了解或是解决一些伊斯兰穆斯林有关的一些事情或问题的话，他们当然会找这个他们官方认定的这个伊斯兰代表，但是这个人连礼拜都不太会礼拜，连第一章都不太会背，那他能够给我们什么样的一个传递的讯息？
So is he helping Islam?
那这个人他在帮助伊斯兰吗？
Now, when you allow him to be there, are you helping Islam?
如果我们大家都默认允许这个人继续做伊斯兰在台湾政府的一个代表的话，那我们是在帮助伊斯兰吗？
You say no need to make troubles.
我们就说不用去制造麻烦纷争啊，
No need to show people that we have problems inside.
不要去让人家知道说穆斯林社群本身有很多问题。
Is this the right way?
这样的想法是对的吗？
This is not the right way.
这不是正确的。
And more and more and more and thousands of things if we want to talk about it. We find from those things that we are far away from Islam.
那有很多事情，我们仔细去探讨的话，会发现我们距离伊斯兰非常的遥远。
And all of this is why,
这些都是为了什么？
because there is no teacher.
因为没有好老师。
And when there is teacher, we are so busy in attacking him, we are not busy in learning from him.
就算有老师的话呢，我们都急着要去打击他，而没有想要去坐下来听他。
So, the Prophet Muhammad says, خُذُوا مِنَ الْأَعْمَالِ مَا تُطِيقُونَ. You assign or you take the responsibility of what you can do.
这句话或者说呢，你要去做你的能力所及的这个工作。
فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَمَلَّ حَتَّى تَمَلُّوا. Allah never become bored.
阿拉都不会觉得很烦。
So, Allah has no problem to keep on accepting your deeds. He never feel bored that, okay, and then what, and then what. He has no problem. You have a problem.
就是阿拉呢，他会不断的接受我们的这些行为，他都会感到厌烦，会感到厌烦的人是我们自己。
So this is also the same for worshiping.
这个在崇拜方面也是一样的。
You find someone who wants, for example, every day he is fasting.
就是一个人，他每天都在封斋，
And then every day he is praying the whole night.
每天晚上都在礼拜，整晚。
And then one day suddenly he faint.
但有一天他晕倒了，
Why you do this?
你为什么要这么做？
Why you do this? Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala didn't order you to do this.
阿拉没有命令你这么做。
And the Prophet Muhammad says, وَإِنَّ أَحَبَّ الْأَعْمَالِ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَدْوَمَهَا وَلَوْ قَلَّ. The best deeds you do for the sake of Allah are the deeds that they are continuously, even if they are so little.
其实默默的说呢，我们能够对阿拉所做的最棒的事情呢，就是说呢，它重点是要能够持续、持之以恒。那就算它是一件很小的事情，但是我们能够持续每天的去做，这是最好的。
Which one is better?
哪样比较好？
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. To pray every day, every night before you go to bed, pray 2 rak'ah, like 10-15 minutes, and every day, or once a year, the whole night you pray.
是我每天睡觉之前、上床之前呢，就是去理2脉，然后大概10到15分钟的时间，这样比较好。还是说呢，我1年1次，然后一整个晚上都在礼拜，哪一个比较好？
The 2 rak'ah every day, they are better.
就是每天理2脉，睡前理2脉是比较好的。
You don't feel tired,
第一个你不会累，
you don't feel bored,
你也不会觉得很厌烦，
you don't feel stressed or bothered,
也不会觉得有压力。
and you always miss the time for those 2 rak'ah
而
prayer.
且呢，你每天都会一直想到就是要你这个2脉的时间赶快到来。
But then when you know that the first Thursday of the month, I have to pray the whole night,
那如果想到说每个月的第一个礼拜4，我整晚都要礼拜，
then you will start to prepare yourself. Then you will start to be bothered. Oh, next Thursday is the first Thursday of the month, so I have to pray the whole night. You will make it as a burden.
那你就会还没有来之前开始想哦，下礼拜4就要开始要做这个夜间整晚的礼拜，那变成你内心的一个压力。
Allah doesn't want us to worship Him as a burden.
阿拉并不需要我们去崇拜他的时候，那好像是有沉重的负担。
Allah loves to see us worshiping Him with love.
阿拉喜欢我们在崇拜他的时候是带着满心的这个喜爱。
So this is another way of iqtisad, of economy. It is in job, in the ability of the job, and in the ability of worshiping.
就是说呢，这是伊斯兰经济的另外一个层面，就是说呢，在我们这个工作、我们的这个责任、这个
Other things, inshallah, after praying, we finish it.
其他的部分我们礼拜完之后继续讲。
Yeah, جزاكم الله خيرا. يا رب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, we keep going, inshallah. So, we already finished this part about economy, about iqtisad in Islam.
刚才就讲到伊斯兰的经济这个第一个部分。
Now, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, listen to this hadith carefully to understand something that many of us, we don't really understand it in Islam.
接下来我们要讲的这个顺序呢，我们要很仔细的听，因为很多人都不了解伊斯兰有关这个部分。先这么是马默德所说的。
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا ينبغي لمؤمن أن يذل نفسه يتعرض من البلاء ما لا يطيق. لا ينبغي لمؤمن means it is not allowed for a believer.
先知马默德说呢，一个信士不能怎么样？
Not allowed what? أن يذل نفسه to humiliate himself.
一个信士呢，不允许他自我侮辱、自我羞辱。
We take the first part and then we go to the second part.
我们先讲第一个部分，再来讲第二个部分。
لا ينبغي لمؤمن أن يذل نفسه. If you are a believer, you shouldn't humiliate yourself.
如果你是一个信士的话，你就不应该羞辱你自己。
Today, when we Muslims, when we are talking about ourselves, we say we are nobody.
当我们穆斯林呢，现在要讲到我们自己的时候，都说啊，我们是什么都不是。
There is a very big word. A lot of people, especially those who think that they are, good at talking, they use this word. They say we Muslims are minority.
就是有一些人呢，他们就是很喜欢用这种话来定义我们穆斯林。他说我们穆斯林是少数民族或是少数团体。
What is the meaning of minority?
什么是叫少数团体？
Means we are nobody.
意思就是说呢，我们是微不足道。
Means we don't have right.
意思说我们没有我们应有的权利。
Means we shouldn't ask for our rights.
意思就是说我们不应该站出来去向我们的这个权利来索取我们的权利。
Means we shouldn't stand up and say this is our right.
意思就是说我们不能站出来挺身而出说这是我们应得的权利。
This is the meaning of minority.
这就是少数团体的一个意思。
Now, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he and Abu Bakr, when they were in the cave, remember? When al-Mushrikeen, they were following them, they were running after them to kill them. Then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr, they hide in the cave.
先知王默德他跟那个阿布班德那时候为了要躲避那些不信道的人的追赶，他们就躲在这个山洞里面。
Do you remember that story?
我们记得这个故事吗？
What did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell Abu Bakr?
先知王默德怎么跟阿布班德说的？
He told him, لا تحزن, don't be sad.
他说不要悲伤，
إن الله معنا. Allah is with us.
阿拉与我们同在。
And he told him, ما ظنك باثنين? What do you think of two? Allah ثالثهما. Allah is the third with them.
然后跟他讲说，如果有两个人，然后呢，第三个呢是阿拉跟他们同在的话，那你觉得你还有什么需要？
So two people and Allah with them. Are they minority?
两个人，然后他们有阿拉在背后给他们撑腰的话，那他们还算是少数团体吗？
One person and Allah is with him. Is he a minority?
一个人就算他是孤军奋斗，但是呢有阿拉当他的后盾，那他还是少数团体吗？
Allah alone. Is he a minority?
阿拉他单独他一个，那他是少数团体吗？
Why we humiliate ourselves?
为什么我们要自取其辱呢？
Why we say we are nobody?
为什么我们要自己说自己是微不足道的？
Do we believe in Allah?
我们真的信仰阿拉吗？
Do we believe that Allah is with us?
我们真的相信阿拉与我们同在吗？
Then we are the biggest. We are not minority.
如果我们有这样的信仰，我们就是最庞大的，我们绝对不是少数团体。
Do we believe that Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala is with us
我们相信阿拉与我们同在吗？
and supporting us?
他在支持我们。
If yes, then we shouldn't think that we are a minority.
如果我们答案是肯定的话，我们就不应该自认为我们还是少数团体。
Then why today, whenever we are talking about anything related to us, here for example, we say, be careful, we are a minority, you shouldn't be hard.
那为什么每次我们在台湾这个地方讨论到我们穆斯林应有的一个权利，那有些人就会讲说，你要小心哦，我们在这是少数团体，你讲话不要讲这么严厉。
We are not hard.
我们并不是很严厉，
We are not attacking anyone. We are just asking for our rights, the rights that others who are not Muslims, they don't know it.
那我们并不是在攻击人家，而是我们在寻求，就是要求我们的权利，而这些权利是其他的外教的人他们所不知道的。
Give you an example.
我们举一个例子，
Do you remember I told you last week, that few days before last week, one dead body, their family want to burn him?
我们上礼拜有讲到，就是说有一个亡人，他的家人要把他拿去火化。
You remember that story?
你记得这个故事？
We don't know what happened, but 99% they burned the body.
我们不晓得后来结果怎么样，但是99%他真的是被火化了。
Because they didn't call us back, they took the body, they didn't call, they didn't ask, so I think that they burned the body.
因为他们把这个亡人领回去之后，也没有再跟我们做任何的联系，那所以应该是被火化了。
Now this is the point.
这不是重点。
The point that I want to talk about is, according to the law of Taiwan, it is not allowed for us in the masjid to keep the body.
那根据台湾的法律的话，我们现在是没有这个权利去把这个穆斯林的亡人的这个亡体，就是留在清真寺。
According to the law of Taiwan, it is not allowed for us to bury the body no matter his family accept or not.
就根据台湾的法律呢，就是不管他的就是家人同不同意，我们的清真寺呢都没有这个权利去决定说要去把它土葬。
So according to the law of Taiwan, we should accept to disobey Allah.
所以根据台湾的法律的话，我们就应该要接受去违抗阿拉的命令。
Now, is it the fault of the law of Taiwan?
这是台湾的法律的问题吗？
No.
不是，
Whose fault is it?
这是谁的问题？谁的错？
It is our fault.
那是我们穆斯林的错。
Why?
为什么？
Maybe the government, not maybe, for sure the government, they don't know that it is very strict and important issue for us to bury the body.
因为非常肯定的是100%台湾的政府官员，他们绝对不知道说，就伊斯兰来讲，很重要的一个教规，就是说呢，绝对要土葬，不能火葬。
Maybe if we talk to the government and we tell them that, hey, we as Muslims, we should bury the body, it is not allowed to burn the body, so we want you to help us follow the rules of God, that when any Muslim person die, we must bury him, even if his family they don't accept.
就是我们要去跟台湾的政府要去沟通，要让他们知道说，根据伊斯兰的教规的话，只要他是穆斯林的话，不管他的家人同不同意，我们都一定要，我们清真寺我穆斯林有这个义务，要帮助这一个亡人去土葬。
Those who are in charge of Islam today in Taiwan, they say, we are minority, no need to ask for
那
this.
一些掌管台湾伊斯兰事务的这些领导人，他们今天都说，我们台湾穆斯林在台湾是少数团体，我们不应该讲话太大声。
So what does this mean?
意思是什么呢？
This means we are minority, it's okay to disobey Allah.
也就是说，我们既然是少数团体的话，所以呢，去违抗阿拉没有关系。
Can you on the day of judgment say, oh Allah, I was disobeying you because I was minority?
我们在审判日的时候，可以跟阿拉讲说，阿拉，我之所以违抗你，是因为我们在台湾是少数团体，
Cannot.
不能这样说。
This is only a small example.
就只一个很小的例子，
There are many other examples.
还有很多大的例子。
When it comes to the legacy,
刚刚关于我们的遗产的分配，
you know, when someone died, the legacy and so on. When it comes, although something most of you don't like it, but this is Islam. When it comes to marriage, second wife and third wife and fourth wife,
还有关于就是这个婚姻的问题，就是可能在场很多女性都非常的不同意，就是不喜欢听到这个。但是呢，伊斯兰是规定，他是先生是可以娶4个老婆的。
so there are a lot of other things. In fact, the government, they are not attacking us, but they don't know what is going on.
其实有很多的事情，事实上台湾的政府他并没有在打压我们，而是我们并没有尽到一个沟通、传递讯息的义务。
If whenever there is something I need to ask for, because it is Islam, If whenever I want to do anything of this, I say, we are minority. This means that, as if I'm saying that Allah doesn't know what is He doing.
那如果说每次我们要去关系到要争取穆斯林的权益的问题，然后我们就会自己就是自我贬低的说我们是少数团体，那好像是在跟阿拉讲说，阿拉你不知道我们这边的情况是怎么样。
As if I'm saying that, oh Allah, how come you said that we have to bury the body? You don't know that in Taiwan there are some Muslims that they cannot bury their body?
那好像我在跟阿拉抱怨说，阿拉你怎么规定我们一定要土葬？你知道吗？在台湾其实很多穆斯林是不能土葬的。
What does this mean?
那这些话是什么意思？
This means that we don't really have. This means that we don't really believe in Allah.
那表示我们并不是真正的信仰阿拉。
Now let us take the second part of the hadith to understand both of them.
那我们现在讲这个圣训的第二个部分，来去了解它全部的意思。
The first part is don't humiliate yourself.
第一个部分呢，就是不要自我贬低、自我羞辱。
Now the second part يتعرض من البلاء ما لا يطيق. The second part is no need, there is water, but it's okay, it's not water. The second part is you Muslims, sometimes you put yourselves in troubles.
第二个部分呢，就是穆斯林有时候呢，你自己把自己放在，就是自己给自己找麻烦。
So sometimes you put yourself in trouble in a way that you humiliate yourself.
就是说你给自己找麻烦，然后呢，你就自己欺辱。
Putting it strong, but you can swallow.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Now,
You can talk.
okay, I can talk. Yalla, what is this? Okay, Jama, we'll see. So, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is saying that don't humiliate yourself. In another part, you put yourself in troubles in a way that you cannot bear it.
先从问的他第一个部分是我们不要自我贬低、自取其辱，然后第二个部分呢是不要给自己找麻烦，然后导致你自己没有办法去忍受。
There is one hadith, part of it, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, إِيَّاكَ وَمَا يُعْتَذَرُ مِنْ, means do not put yourself in a place or in a situation that you are forced to apologize.
那先从问的在另外的圣训有跟我们讲到说，你不要把自己逼到一个地步，就是不得已一定要去向人家道歉。
In fact, some people, they explain this hadith, because in Arabic it is like this, so some people, they explain it, that never apologize.
那有些人呢，他是这样子去扭曲的去解释这个圣训，就是说啊，你绝对不要去跟人家道歉。
It is not never apologize. Never do something force you to
他的
apologize.
意思并不是说呢，你犯错了也不要去道歉，他的意思是说，你不要就是说，让自己去到达一个地步，就是一定要去跟人家道歉，就是说你不要去犯错。
This hadith here is the same. Sometimes there are some people, they put themselves in troubles.
那这个圣训也是同样的道理，就是有些人呢给自己找麻烦，
And then you find that they have to apologize, they have to beg people to forgive them, they have to humiliate themselves to be forgiven.
然后他们不得已就一定要逼着他们要去跟人家道歉，然后自己要去低声下气，然后自己去羞辱自己。
So when we put those two parts of the hadith together, we will understand that we need to be wise.
那把这两个圣训放在一起的话，就是说我们必须要有智慧，
We shouldn't humiliate ourselves,
我们不应该要自我羞辱，
but at the same time, we don't put ourselves in danger.
那也不要让自己身陷险境。
When I say, for example, when there is someone who is driving a tank and coming to attack me, then I take a stone and then I say, okay, I will fight back. Then this means that I am putting myself in danger.
就是说一个人驾着一台坦克车要来打我，然后我就拿了一个石头，就说好，我要来捍卫我自己。那这样的话是把你自己放在一个危险的一个境地。
There is a point that we need to understand it.
就是有点我们要了解，
What is the purpose of the war?
那个战争的一个目的是什么？
Supposed the purpose of war is what? Is to kill people?
战争的目的是要去杀人吗？
Is to destroy lands?
是要去毁坏大地吗？
No. So what is the purpose of war?
那战争的目的是什么？
To win,
是要去胜利，
right?
对不对？
Now, The good leader is the one who wins with the biggest destroying or with the less damages.
一个最棒的一个领导人，那他是在战争之后呢，他的损伤最多还是损伤最少？
With less damages.
当然是损伤最少。
If you want to win with less damages, then you need to have knowledge and wisdom.
你要以最少的死伤的这个程度去获得胜利的话，你必须要有知识，要有智慧。
What is wisdom?
什么是智慧？
We said before, it is to do the correct thing in the right place, or to do the correct thing in the right place, in the right time, in the right way.
在正确的时间、地点，用正确的方式去做正确的事情。
So, I have the belief. I believe that we Muslims, Allah is with us, so we are big.
那我有这样的一个信仰，我知道阿拉与我们同在，所以我们是庞大的。
But also, I believe that I need to deal with people with wisdom.
但是我也相信说，我必须要用智慧去对待人家。
Today, we miss both.
今天我们两个都没有，
We miss the real belief and we miss the wisdom.
我没有真正的信仰，我们没有真的智慧。
And then we just say that we are minority and people that will not listen to us, so no need to do anything.
然后就说呢，我们在台湾是少数团体，人家绝对不会理我们的，所以我们什么事都不用做。
So economy is also in solving the problems.
所以伊斯兰的经济呢，也是在指问题、解决问题，
Don't do something over your ability.
不要去做超乎你能力所及的这个事情。
Don't put yourself in a situation that you cannot bear.
就是不要让自己陷入一个你无法忍受的一个环境。
But at the same time, do not humiliate yourself.
那同时呢，也不要自我贬低、自我羞辱，
So this is one part.
这是一个部分。
Now, another part. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-iqtisadu fi al-nafaqati nisfu al-ma'isha or nisfu al-aish." Iqtisad, remember what is the meaning of iqtisad? To be in the middle.
但是这个莫德他讲说，就是在这个以上就是在中间，
Not to spend a lot, and not to be stingy,
不会过度的，不会浪费，也不会小气。
and also not to be careless. Some, the stingy. Who is the stingy? The stingy is the one who has and doesn't spend.
所以小气吝啬就是说他明明有，但是呢他却不肯花费。
But don't be careless. Careless is the one who doesn't have and doesn't work to have.
那另外也不要做一个就是什么事都就是一个散漫的人，就是说呢他没有这个东西呢，他也不会想要去得到。
In Islam, if I need, I told you this before, but to remind you, if I need $1,000 a day,
就是教育上我们讲说，如果我们一天需要1000块，
so I work for $1,000 a day.
所以我一天呢就只工作可以赚1000块就好了吗？
If I need $1,000 a day, but I can make this $1,000 in 1 hour.
那如果说我一天只需要赚1000块，那我1个小时就可以赚1000块。
But I can work 10 hours.
但是我一天的我的体力我可以工作10个小时。
So this means that instead of $1,000, I can make $10,000.
那就是说一天我可以赚1万块。
What do I do?
那我应该怎么做？
I work 1 hour and I get $1,000, or I work 10 hours and I get $10,000.
我是一天工作1个小时赚1000块，还是工作10个小时赚1万块？
I do the first or the second.
第一个还是第二个？
In Islam, I should do the second.
就意思来讲，我们要做第二个。
I work and I get $10,000, I make $10,000, I take the 1,000 that I need and I donate the 9,000 that I don't need.
就是说我可以工作10个小时赚1万块，那1000块我自己花，9000块把它捐出来。
This is for 2 reasons.
这是有2个原因。
First, because there are people, they cannot make this 1,000 and they need my help.
因为有一些人他根本没有能力可以赚这个1000块，所以他需要我的帮助。
And second, because what I am doing is helping others.
那第二个呢，是我所做的可以帮助别人。
How? For example, a taxi driver.
比方说一个计程车司机，
And I'm telling you a taxi driver because this happened once with one of the imams that I know them.
就是
A taxi driver, what is his job?
一个计程车司机他的工作是什么？
His job is to transport people from place to another.
他就是载他的客人从一个地方到另外一个地方。
So his job is not only to make money,
这样的工作不是只有赚钱，
right? It is to offer service.
他是要去服务人群。
Imagine if from 6 morning to 9 morning, all the taxi drivers in Taipei, for example, or in another place that they don't have motorcycles, they don't have a lot of bicycles and so on, in a place that they need taxis, imagine from 6 morning to 9 morning, all the taxi drivers, they could make the money that they want.
那想象一个地方呢，他没有任何的运输工具，他们只能靠计程车。那早上6点到9点，这个计程车司机他只要跑这3个小时，他就赚够钱了。
So then, after this, no need for them to work.
那赚完之后呢，他就不用再工作。
Then, who will serve the people who need taxis after 9 o'clock?
那这个地方的人9点之后呢，那需要计程车的人怎么办？
See? So, this taxi driver is not only working to make money, he is offering service.
所以说呢，这个计程车司机他不是只为了赚钱，他也是来服务人群。
All of us, all of those who work, they are offering service.
我们每一个有在工作的人都是在提供服务，
So don't think of it only in a way that I'm making money.
所以不要只想到说我是在赚钱。
I am making money, of course, but this is not everything. I am making money, this is one part. But the important part is that I am an active person in the society.
那我赚钱就是一个部分，那另外一个部分就是我是一个积极的人，那我在为社会提供服务。
Now, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Al-iqtisadu nisful ma'isha or nisful aish. When you are reasonable, when you don't spend a lot, and when you are not stingy, this is half. Nisf al-aish means this is half of solving your problem. It means if you do this, you will never be in a finance problem.
先生话或者说，如果是你合理的方式去花费，就是你没有浪费，也没有小气的话，这样子的话，你就可以解决你一部分的问题。就是说，也就是说你一半的问题，就是说你不会有这个财务上的困难。
See, everything should be in the middle.
就是每件事情都是要持中庸之道。
The second thing, the Prophet Muhammad said from the same hadith, وَالتَّوَدُّدُ نِصْفُ الْعَقْلِ. And to be nice to people is half of wisdom.
那先生或者在另外部分又讲到说，就是说你好好的去善待人家的话呢，就是能够得到智慧的一半。
وَالتَّوَدُّدُ إِلَى النَّاسِ نِصْفُ الْعَقْلِ. Half of your brain is by being nice to people.
就是我们头脑的一半呢，就是它的重点，就是它的价值呢，就是要去善待别人。
وَحُسْنُ السُّؤَالِ نِصْفُ الْعِلْمِ. And asking in a nice way is half of knowledge.
就是说呢，我要去向人家询问的时候，那我们用好的态度去向人家请求的话，那这也是一半的
knowledge.
一半的知识。
Why there are some people, they never learn?
为什么有一些人他都学不到？
Because they are rude.
因为他们很没有礼貌。
You know, there are some people, even when they ask in a rude way.
有一些人呢，就算他要去向人家问问题呢，他都非常的没礼貌。
So no one likes to teach them.
所以没有人会想要教这个人。
There are some people, they are rude in their way of talking. No one wants to talk to them.
有一些人他们讲话都非常的没有礼貌，所以人家不想跟他讲话。
The Prophet Muhammad says in another hadith, وَحُسْنُ الْخُلُقِ نِصْفُ الدِّينِ. And morals means good ethics. They are half of the religion.
那先生话或者在另外的圣经里面有讲到说，那这个我们的这个修养，我们的这个品德、这个美德呢，它是宗教的一半。
Now, another hadith about being in the middle. The Prophet Muhammad says, هَلَكَ الْمُتَنَطِّعُونَ. Halaka means they are destroyed, means they will be in trouble. Al-mutanatti'un. Who are al-mutanatti'un? They are those who are very extreme.
先生我们在另外的圣经里面有讲到说，那些非常极端的人，他们会受到毁灭。
Very extreme in religion.
就是说宗教非常的极端。
There are people, they say that if they see, for example, a female who's wearing a veil, then they see some of her hair is out, then they say, sister, you're going to hell.
因为有些人看到一个女性呢，她就戴头巾，可是不小心里面有几根头发跑出来，然后这种很极端的宗教人士就跟她说 ，sister， 你会下地狱。
Or they see you when you are praying, for example, you are not praying exactly the same way they pray. Then they come to you, they say, your praying is not accepted, maybe you will go to hell.
或是他看到你礼拜的动作的，可能跟他礼的没有完全一样，他就要跟你讲说，你礼拜的方式不正确哦，你很可能会下地狱。
Or they see you doing something to them, they didn't study it, they didn't study that this is from Islam, then they say, you are doing bid'ah, you are doing innovation, this is not from Islam, and each bid'ah is in hell, so you are going to hell.
那有些人看到你做一些事情，其实他也未必有去研究过这件事情是不是合教法的，他就直接下这个断论，然后就说呢，你这个做的人是异端，那做异端的话就是下地狱。
Those, they are called in Arabic al-mutanatti'un. And the Prophet Muhammad said, those, they are in danger.
那这种人呢，就是在佛法中的意思就是极端的意思。那先生老师说，这些人呢是在很危险的一个地带。
Now, another moderation, let us say, another thing that we should be in middle.
那另外一个最中庸之道的一点是什么？
The Prophet Muhammad said, listen to this hadith. The Prophet Muhammad said, لا تحدثوا أمتي من أحاديث إلا بما تحمله عقولهم. Means, when you are talking to new Muslims, talk to them in a way that they accept.
先生们问的说，当你要去对那个刚入教的这个穆斯林讲话的时候，你要根据他们的思维模式去跟他讲，要让他们能够接受。
And listen to this carefully. A hadith is the plural of hadith. So hadith is what the Prophet Muhammad said. So the Prophet Muhammad is saying, do not pick up the hadith, all the hadith I say, and say it to everybody. There are some people, their iman is still low. They are not ready yet to take those hadith.
先生们问的说呢，不要把我的圣训所我讲过的话呢，通通的就是照本宣科的去告诉人家，因为有些人他刚入教，因为他的或者是他的这个信仰还没有那么高的话，你直接跟他讲这些，他没有办法接受。
Does it mean that this hadith is wrong?
那难道说这个圣训就是错的吗？不能讲。
No.
不是。
But today, if I have a student, a kid in a kindergarten,
今天如果一个学生是幼稚园，
then I want to talk to him about physics and about chemistry and about those deep biology things and whatever. What will he understand?
那我要去跟他讲这个物理化学的话，他能够了解多少？
Nothing.
不能。
But then, after I leave, if one of you go to him and say, what the teacher was saying,
那如果说我走了之后呢，有人去跟他问他说，刚老师教你什么？
what will he say?
他会怎么说呢？
He was saying nonsense things. I don't know. I think that he was just saying stupid things.
他说那老师他在讲一些有的没有的，好像没什么意义的话。
He would not say, actually he was saying something so big I didn't understand.
他当然不会讲，他说是他在讲很深奥的话，我没有办法理解。他不会这样讲。
He would not say this. He would say, I don't know. He was saying nonsense things. He was saying something doesn't exist.
他说呢，他只是讲一些无聊没意义的话，根本就没什么意思。
While actually I was telling him something which is very deep and very high level of knowledge.
但实际上我在跟他讲很深奥、很高层次的知识。
But to him, it is not same as what we think.
但对他而言的话，他的想法跟我们的想法不一样。
So today, for example, when someone he became a Muslim yesterday,
比方说一个人他昨天才入教，
and he didn't have a chance to learn Islam yet and to study and to practice and so on.
他还没有机会去学习伊斯兰，去实践伊斯兰。
Then I start to tell him about the deep and strong belief things and how, this belief in the heart and how this and that. Will he understand it?
但是我跟他讲很深这个信仰啊、心灵啊什么这些，他有办法理解吗？
When I tell him that when you pray, you feel that Allah is in front of you, you feel that you are talking to Allah, you feel, will he understand it?
他讲说，当人家礼拜做阿拉在你面前啊，那你有什么样的感觉、什么样的感应啊？他能够理解吗？
He will not understand it.
他无法感同身受。
Then in another hand, I start to tell him how hell is terrible.
另外一方面，我跟他讲说地狱有多么恐怖。
And I start to tell him that if he doesn't do this and this and this and this, for sure he will be in this hell, which is this and this and this and this.
那我跟他说，你如果没有做到这个那一个的话，那你就在这一层的地狱。那这一层地狱有什么样的惩罚？
He may not accept.
他可能没有办法接受。
So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is saying, talk to people in a way that their brain accept.
所以先知或者说，你要根据别人的思维模式去跟他讲话。
Which is what? Which is introduce Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to people.
也就是去把阿拉介绍给别人认识，
Which is introduce Islam in a correct way to people.
用正确的方式去向别人介绍伊斯兰。
No one in all over the world, no normal one in all over the world reject to be happy.
这世界上没有一个正常的人会拒绝幸福，
Islam brings happiness.
伊斯兰会为我们带来幸福。
No one in all over the world reject to be successful.
世界上没有一个人会拒绝成功，
Islam brings success.
伊斯兰为我们带来成功。
No one in all over the world reject to be relaxed.
世界上没有一个人他会拒绝去放松、舒缓，
Islam brings relaxation.
伊斯兰会为我们带来这种放松。
And no one in all over the world reject to be in a direct contact with his creator.
世界上没有一个人会拒绝去跟他的造物主有直接的关系。
Islam gives you this relation.
伊斯兰为我们建立这一层关系。
Now, if people they know this, will they reject
如
Islam?
果人们知道这一些的话，他们还会拒绝伊斯兰吗？
They will not.
他们不会。
But the problem is that there is no a good representative of Islam today.
那问题是，今天呢，我们很难找到一个伊斯兰好的代言人。
We need to learn how to talk to people about Islam.
我们要学习怎么样去向人家介绍伊斯兰。
Now, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Ud'u nas." Ud'u nas means spread Islam. Talk about Islam to people.
先知话或者说，我们要去向别人散布伊斯兰。
وَبَشِّرُوا. Bashiru means be nice to people when you are talking to them and tell them good news always.
就是说呢，你刚跟人家讲话的时候呢，你要非常的友善，然后呢，你要总是要跟他们讲一些好的事情。
وَلَا تُنَفِّرُوا. وَلَا تُنَفِّرُوا means and don't talk in a way that make people unhappy with what they hear.
那不要就是讲一些话，让人家听得不舒服。
وَيَسِّرُوا وَلَا تُعَسِّرُوا. يَسِّرُوا means make things easy.
然后呢，要把事情弄得比较能够接受，比较容易。
وَلَا تُعَسِّرُوا and don't make things difficult.
那不要把事情搞得很困难。
وَإِذَا غَضِبَ أَحَدُكُمْ and if while you are talking and you are hearing things and so on, you may become angry.
那当你在讲话，那你会可能听到一些话，你可能会生气。
The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, وَإِذَا غَضِبَ أَحَدُكُمْ فَلْيَسْكُتْ. Once you are angry, stop talking.
先知话或者说，一旦你动怒了，那你就不要再讲话，
This is the point.
这是重点。
If when I am angry, I stop talking for a few seconds, then the anger will disappear.
如果说呢，我很生气的话，那我就是先不要讲话，然后几秒钟之后呢，这个怒气呢就会比较降低。
Today, many of us, we are doing exactly the opposite of this hadith.
今天很多人呢都跟这个圣训的教诲完全相反。
Ud'u nas, spread Islam. We are minority, no need to talk to
我
people.
们新佛的教我们要去传播伊斯兰，但是我们却说我们是少数团体呢，我们不用去做传教。
Bashiru means talk to people nicely and always smile and tell them good news.
然后新佛的教我们说我们要好好的去跟友善的去跟人家讲，跟人家讲好的话。
Well, for us, I think that you notice this. We Muslims, we are very isolated.
那我会发现呢，我们穆斯林呢，事实上是非常孤僻的。
Our world is only between us.
我们的世界生活圈，我们的生活圈非常的小。
And when we go out, we don't know how to talk.
当我们去面对外面的人的话，我们就不知道该怎么跟人家讲话。
When we go out, we try to hide a lot of things. We try to put the hijab in a nice way that don't let people think that this is hijab. When we talk, we try to talk to people in a way that no need to be extreme. What is the meaning of extreme? Don't pray in front of them. Don't talk about Islam in front of them. We are not really telling them the good news.
当我们去面对外面的人的时候呢，我们都会想办法去隐藏自己的一些东西。比方说我们在戴头巾，就想说把头巾戴得好像人家看不出来我是穆斯林。那我们要讲话的时候呢，也是要不要让人家看出来就是我是穆斯林，然后就是会躲
يَسِّرُوا وَلَا تُعَسِّرُوا. Make things easy, don't make things difficult. Between us, we are making things so difficult toward each other, we never help each other.
那先知孟子教我们就是用比较容易的方式去对待别人，但是呢，反观我们现在呢，都会互相刁难。
One of our biggest problems here is that we take things personally.
那我们今天这边的社群很大的一个问题是，很多人呢都是把它弄成是一种个人的利益的关系，或是个人喜好的关系。
Where is Islam?
那伊斯兰在哪里？
I have something to do in the masjid, but I will not do it because this person will go to the masjid. Then this is personal.
因为我要今天是想要做一件事情，可是呢，因为那个人也会来，我会看到他，那我就不要去了。
I can help the masjid in something, but because of this person and this person and this person, I will not help the masjid. Then what is this?
我原本要帮今天是做这件事情，可是因为这个人还有那个人的关系，所以呢，我决定我不要去帮今天死了。那到底我的公心在哪里？
Is this يَسِّرُوا وَلَا تُعَسِّرُوا? This is the opposite.
这个不是公心，也是私心。
Now, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ أَن تُؤْتَى رُخَصُهُ كَمَا تُؤْتَى عَزَائِمُهُ. This is important in 2 minutes. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, Allah loves to see people taking his promotions.
先知或者说，阿拉喜欢看到人们去享受他给我们的优惠。
Same as he loves to see people following his rules.
那他也喜欢，同样的，他也喜欢看到人们去遵守他的规定。
So what is the promotions?
那优惠是什么意思？
Give you an example.
举一个例子。
I think that many of you know this. After Ramadan, we were discussing the point of fasting 6 days after Ramadan.
就是说，在斋月结束后呢，那很多人都在讨论这个问题，就是说呢，斋月之后的这个慎行斋的6天的慎行斋。
You know the 6 days after Ramadan, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the one who fasts Ramadan and 6 days of Shawwal, then as if he fasts the whole Ramadan, the whole year.
先说或者说在斋月结束之后的这个月，那你如果说斋戒的是封斋的6天，就好像他一整年都在封斋一样。
Then I was asked, so are those 6 days, they are from covering Ramadan if we didn't fast some days of Ramadan, or they are not from covering Ramadan?
那有些人就问他说，那这6天的慎行斋呢，我可以跟那个我之前Ramadan就是 miss 掉的，就是没有，就是可不可以跟补斋一起2合一？
So they are the same. But you can fast as if they are the 6 days of Shawwal, plus they are covering the days that you didn't fast in Ramadan.
那当然，结果答案呢是说是可以的。你的慎行斋的6天可以用你补斋也可以，就是把它2合一在一起。
Then the questions start to come, yes, but this is nafil and this is fard, this is sunnah, this and that.
然后开始很多问题了，那这个是主命啊，那个是复光啊，那个是慎行啊什么的。
So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala give us a promotion
阿拉已经给我们优惠，
that it's okay, you fast this, so this and this and this, they are together.
就是说你可以把这2个合在一起。
So why don't we take it?
那你为什么不要接受？
Just take it as a promotion. Allah is giving you a gift, you don't want it?
那就是接受阿拉给你的优惠。阿拉送你一个礼物，那你不要接受，你拒收阿拉的礼物吗？
When someone gives you a gift, if you say, no, thank you, I don't want it, is it polite?
说人家送你一个礼物，你跟他说哦不用谢谢你，然后这样是有礼貌吗？
It is impolite.
这样非常没有礼貌。
Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is telling you, you take it, so you should take it.
阿拉说的你就接受，那你就要接受。
It is like what? Praying in traveling.
比方说在旅行版，
Listen to this carefully. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, when he talked about praying, that you can pray Dhuhr and Asr together, Maghrib and Isha together. In Quran, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned this in war only.
那在古人就是说，至于说旅行，就是在旅行，就是说那个可以把那个中午跟下午的礼拜合在一起理，然后黄昏跟夜晚的礼拜合在一起理。在古兰经里面，阿拉只有讲到在战争的时候可以这样做。
Clear? Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned this way of praying only for war.
阿拉就是讲到说，只有中午是合并的，晚上是合并的，只有在战争，在古兰经里面就讲到在战争的时候，
Not in traveling.
不是 是在旅行的时候，
not in sickness, not in anything else.
不是生病或是其他的情况。
But the Prophet Muhammad SAW, he was taking this kind of praying also for traveling.
但是先知穆罕默德他在旅行的时候呢，他也套用了这一种。
And also there is a hadith that the Prophet Muhammad SAW, he prayed this kind of praying without traveling and without any storm or anything, means without reason.
那在有一个圣经里面有讲到呢，先知穆罕默德有一次也就是用了这样的合并的礼拜，当时他并没有在旅行，他也没有说什么暴风什么的。
Umar ibn al-Khattab, he asked the Prophet Muhammad SAW,
那欧玛他就问先知穆罕默德说，
he said, Ya Rasulullah, this ayah or this kind of praying, according to Quran, it is only for war. So why are we praying it when we travel?
他就问他说呢，这种合并的礼拜呢，在古兰经里面就有讲到说在战争的时候可以，那为什么旅行的时候也这样套用？
The Prophet Muhammad SAW, he said, Ya Umar, this is a donation from Allah, accept it.
那先知穆罕默德就跟欧玛说呢，他说欧玛，这是阿拉给我们的这个捐款，那我们就要接受。
Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, he loves to give us some gifts.
阿拉喜欢送我们一些礼物，
So why we don't want to take it?
那为什么不喜欢接受阿拉的礼物？
Take it.
我们就要接受。
When I told you before, some of the companions like Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, for example, I told you, his ear was cut a little bit in Ramadan. He stopped fasting.
那我们有讲过呢，现在的一个弟子欧玛的一个阿布拉斯欧，他呢在罗马旦的时候，他的耳朵呢就是不小心被切到，然后他就停止供斋。
And the Prophet Muhammad SAW didn't tell him you are kafir.
先知穆罕默德也没有骂他，
He didn't tell him you are going to hell.
也没有跟他说你这样会下地狱。
He didn't even ask him why you are not fasting.
他甚至也都没有问他说你为什么不供斋？
Because Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, وَإِن كُنْتُمْ مَرْضَى, if you are sick, that's all.
因为先知话不因为阿拉有讲到说，如果你生病了，那你就可以停止供斋，
أو على سفر or traveling.
或者是你旅行的时候也可以停止供斋。
Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala didn't say if you are sick in a way that fasting will make troubles to you. He didn't say this.
阿拉他并没有讲到说，如果你生病到说你没有办法供斋的时候，你才停止供斋。
أو على سفر. He didn't say, or if you are traveling by bus or on the camel, or he didn't say anything, or you are traveling, that's all.
那阿拉也没有指明说你是哪一种交通工具旅行的时候才可以，就是不用供斋。他只是讲说，只要你是旅行就可以不用。
Why are we adding things to Islam?
为什么我们要在伊斯兰里面自己给它添加上一些新的规定？
It is clear. You are sick, you don't want to fast, it's up to you. You are traveling, you don't want to fast, it's up to you, that's all.
其实已经讲得很清楚了，你生病了，你不要供斋，那就不要供斋；你要旅行，在旅行，你不要供斋，就不要供斋。
Clear? So this is in Allah yuhibbu an tu'ta rukhsah kama tu'ta azaimu. Finally, the last hadith for today. The Prophet Muhammad SAW was talking to Aisha radiallahu anha. He was saying, Ya Aisha, alayki bi taqwa Allah. Aisha, fear Allah, be righteous to Allah.
那最后一个事实呢，先知穆罕默德跟阿伊莎说呢，你要做一个正直的人，你要去敬畏阿拉。
عليك بتقوى الله والرفق. الرفق means and be nice and moderate and in the middle always.
要做一个善良的、一个温和的、一个中庸的人。
فإن الرفق لم يكن في شيء إلا زانه. Whenever this moderate, this medium thing is involved in any matter, it will make it well.
如果说你这个中庸温和的一个方式、处事方式的话呢，它就是会把事情能够圆满。
وما نزع من شيء قط إلا شانه. Whenever this action of being in the middle is out, then this thing will be damaged.
如果说你这种中庸的处事态度，你把它排除在外的话呢，那你就会有问题产生。
Why the Prophet Muhammad SAW told Aisha radiallahu anha this? Because once Aisha, she was, riding a camel, but this camel was not a good camel, so he didn't really want to move. So she was hard on him. She was, pulling this, she was hard on him, and she was angry. So the Prophet Muhammad SAW told her this.
因为有一次呢，阿伊莎她在骑一只骆驼的时候，那这只骆驼不太想动，然后阿伊莎呢就一直扯她的绳子啊，就是一直就是很没有好好的去对待这只骆驼，然后先知穆罕默德就要去跟他讲这组圣训。
And also, in another hadith, it is because of something else that remember we say the Jewish Jews they used when they passed by the Prophet Muhammad they used to say Assalamu alaikum.
那另外一个呢，故事就是说呢，那些犹太人他们只要经过一些热或者的门前，他就跟他说 Assalamu alaikum。
Remember this? What is the meaning of Assam?
Assam 的意思是什么？
Means death.
就是死亡。
So they used to say Assalamu alaikum, death be upon you.
他们就是讲 Assalamu alaikum，就是说呢，愿死亡降临你身上。
So Aisha, she heard them.
那阿伊莎听到了。
She said, Assalamu alaikum, la'anakumullah. And she started to swear them that death upon you and may Allah curse you and you are going to hell. And she started to shout them.
那阿伊莎开始说呢，愿死亡降临你身上，因为阿拉诅咒你嘛，那你会下地狱啊。他就开始去咒骂他们这些犹太人。
So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu he smiled and he told her this. And then he replied those Jews. He said, alaikum means upon you.
那先生万莫德呢，他就听到了，他就跟那个阿伊莎讲这一则我刚讲的这一则圣训。然后呢，先生万莫德他就直接回这些犹太人，就是阿雷孔，就是说呢，降临你们身上。
So if they mean assalamu alaikum, so he said alaikum upon you.
那如果他们是讲愿平安降临你们身上，他就说也降临你们身上。
And if they mean assalamu alaikum, so he said alaikum upon you.
那如果他们讲的是说愿死亡降临你身上，那你跟他回说降临你身上。
And see, he didn't say wa alaikum. He didn't add the wa. Because wa means and. No, it is not and. It is totally on you. We don't need it. If it is salam, we don't need it from you. And if it is sam, death, also it is on you.
他并没有加上话，就是而且加上什么，而是他直接就是在你们身上，不管你是给我们造平安或是造死亡，我们都不需要跟你们，我们都不需要跟你来，你就全部都给你。
وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Yes.
Sometimes we go to the hospital or do something, or somebody invited for dinner, maybe say 6:30. At the time itself is already early. So it is not that very easy for go to the other people's house or the restroom to pray. So mother is coming that. Can we do ahead of time? I mean, because we have to take some time for the service. And can we move the mother prayer a little bit in front or after prayer or prayer?
There are two answers for this. Some imams they say yes, you can pray a little bit before.
那有一些 imam 他们说呢，你可以先礼拜时间前先。
But some they say no, you cannot, and all what you have to do is to make the intention that you will pray later.
那另外一个 imam 呢，他是想说呢，不行，不能事先礼拜，你可以在这个时间到的时候，你在心里面想说，我等一下延后再补。
But what I suggest you is to adjust the time. Like you said that you need some time. Means that you need like to pray Maghrib 10 minutes before Maghrib. So then just delay the appointment 10 minutes. It's simple.
那就是建议的说，你可以安排时间的话，可以把这个时间延后，就是在这个家见面会比较好，不要去影响的礼拜时间。
But if you cannot, it is really important meeting, it is really an interview, whatever, something may hurt you or whatever, then either you can do it earlier, which I don't really suggest. What I really suggest, what the better, according to the hadith and according to Fiqh and so on, better to make the intention that I intend to delay Maghrib with Isha.
那如果说你不能更改时间的话呢，那就是说我比较不建议说你是事先先领，你可以在时间到还不能领的时候，在心里面想说我等一下再补领。
Once you find the chance to pray, then pray.
只要你有机会有时间可以礼拜，就赶快去领。
وإياكم. Okay, now there is another thing. When it is Asr with Dhuhr or Isha with Maghrib, then it's okay. Means, let us say for example, I have an appointment at 2 o'clock.
比方说我2点要跟人家约时间，
Dhuhr already passed. Already in.
那现在已经是5点的时间了。
Asr not yet.
那这个下午的礼拜还没到。
And according to my experience, this meeting will not finish before 7.
那根据我的经验呢，这个会议呢7点之前不会开完。
So I will miss Asr.
所以说我一定会错过下午的礼拜。
So I pray 4 rak'ah dhuhr
所以说呢，我可以先，我现在就是理中午的4半，
and 4 rak'ah Asr.
然后然后事先理这个下午的4半，
Clear? And then I go to do my things.
然后呢我就出去开会。
When I go back home,
当我回家，
if it is not yet Maghrib,
如果回家的话，这个下午的礼拜时间还没过，
then I pray Asr.
那我还是要再理一次下午的礼拜。
Again, if it's passed already, then that's fine. I already prayed.
回到家我回礼拜的时候，这个下午的礼拜时间已经过了，那就不用理了。
Clear?
But also the prayer time. I hear some imams they say that every prayer they have a certain time. But if you miss, then the malaika put the stamp. You didn't pray in the time.
Okay. This is wrong. This is wrong. Malaika will not put any stamp. Angels, they will not put any stamps. And the rewarding that you get, it will never be deleted. And the sin that you do, it may be deleted in any time you repent. Then how come angels, they will stamp you that you didn't pray Asr while it is not yet Maghrib? Got it? So we need to use our praying when we are reading hadith always. As long as, like for example now, as long as it is not yet Maghrib, and I am still alive, then I still have a chance. Like for example, let us say that I didn't pray Asr. Okay, and at 6 o'clock I pass away. I didn't pray Asr, and at 6 o'clock I pass away. Will Allah punish me that I didn't pray Asr? Yes or no? No. Why? Because it is not Maghrib yet. But better I pray on time. Why? Because the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said, as-salatu ala waqtiha. He said, pray on time. This is one. And second, because I may become busy for something, and I miss the praying, and then I die. Then I will be asked. Clear? So it is only that when I am working, cooking, studying, whatever, Allahu Akbar, leave my things for 10 minutes, pray, and then do the things. Why? Because you may be busy. You may forget. You may become sick. You may have an accident. You may, and then you miss the time. You try to do it as soon as possible. But cannot, for a reason or another or whatever, the important thing is not to miss it. That's all. وَإِيَّاكُمْ